We are live. Why is... Wow, Purunga's die is like kind of transparent when you get there. It's weird. So guys, I'll be the first to say, the overlay is pretty bitchin'. This guy. CD, kick it off, my dude. This is a Dojerlay. And I think, and the coolest thing about it to me is like this is still kind of rough draft in what we're able to do with it. Like we all kind of have a couple more ideas that we want to implement in here, and I think it's really cool that we're able to do that with what he gave. And CD still has one kidney left should we need it. So oh my god. Insane. Yeah. Yeah. Also, a nice big ol' slideshow up in the top right that won't remain there forever, but for today, for you guys to see kind of like a little bit more detail to them. Another thing that I was figuring out as I was kind of putting together the character names and all that stuff, we still don't know Brachus' last name, so he is Brachus of the Order still until we find it out. It's true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, we're just gonna smash of the Order together and I'm gonna spell it funny and that'll be his last name. It's like Brachus, UVTHA of the Order. Yeah.
sending him off into a bit of a rage. Then you guys found out a bit more, finding out that they were Lycans, speaking to the sages at the conclave. Returned with a plan, only entered a few of you at a time, and discussed with the leader of their, Korvala, their leader of the pack, as it were, finding that they were just selling these fake books, these Gingwatsim-like creatures disguised as books, holding the original copies in order to make some coin to bring back their previous pack leader. And to my great surprise, what I was saying is it did not end in a confrontation. You guys agreed to pay up your dues. Well, your dues. Decided to pay up and actually buy the book from them, leaving them with a slight warning, but leaving them to conduct their business however they wish to, knowing what they now knew, that people maybe had an eye out for them. So you guys returned on horseback that same evening, heading back to the Marquis way ahead of time, spending an evening resting in Everlund. Our friend Baracus of the Oda decided to read a few passages from Mazfaroth's mighty digressions, learning a bit more about the Weave, which is basically this world's equivalent of the Force that sort of exists in all things and can be manipulated, used, extracted from by arcane users and clerics and stuff like that. And then learning also a bit more about lycanthropy. Also confirming some of the things you'd already learned with the previous were-jackals. Yes, were-jackals that you had encountered. And now, you guys head back, again, nightfall, towards the Castella di Brax, making your return just as the sun went down. Stopped at the gate. You were asked by some guards for your coin passage into this evening. Recall that you were each given a jade coin from the first time that you met the Marquis in the fight club of Aloston's Hold. So you guys paid up, and you break out of the trees across the pathway, coming more and more into view of the Castella, go through the guard barrage, and after you show your invitation, you guys just continue on through, trotting ever so slightly, and see that there is a lot of people that seem to be filtering in, dressed not exactly the exact same way as the previous party was. Definitely, from the get-go at the gates, a different tone, let's say, that we'll get into a bit more. So, you guys are mentioned by the guards to bring the horses over to the side. You guys bring them over. Sewing Needle or the Marquis or no one is there to greet you, but you remember where the stables are. So you guys head around back, hop off the horses. And as you're tying the horses up, you see over to the side, just like on an angle continuing along the castle wall where it kind of slopes down. It's on a bit of like an elevated cliff, just ever so slightly, like 20-30 feet or so, that gives out into the marshlands below. So just elevated so there's not, that castle moistness. And you see from the stable area a group of masked individuals, fully in men, women, in just like black underwear, wet and muddied, and they're like shouting, and there's like a torch just sort of like set in the ground, and you see one just sort of like jump off the edge and like she kind of let out a shout that turns into like a shout of like enjoyment, and then gradually turns into like a shout of pain. You see sort of like a flash of light, but you can't quite make out exactly what happens. And then you see him like not too long after, as you guys kind of stand there holding onto your horses, you see him just sort of make his way back up sort of like the muddied cliffside. His friends get there and like tap him on the back, and you see he's like dark muddied. And they just continue. Sorry, there's some sort of honking business going on across the street.
There's a pack of goose that are flying in. Oh, you guys doing D&D in there? Oh.
I played Untitled Goose Game.
Yes, I know this.
So you guys are standing there. What do you want to do?
I'm nervous going inside.
We slept in Everland, so we're
Fully rested.
fully rested, and it's midday, right?
No, sundown.
Oh, we still got there at sundown. Okay.
Yeah, because I know
Well,
Baracus took some time to do some reading a little
right,
at
yeah.
night and
we were
get in
late
the morning.
hitting the road. Yeah.
But you took the road knowing that you had time to do like
Mhm.
an easy 6-8 hours before sunfall again. Slept in a little, appreciated a hard day's work and Silvery Moon. Coincidentally, get there just in time for the party.
Well, would we like to take care of business or pleasure first?
Probably business.
Woo! Hear another one like go off.
Seems like they're choosing pleasure.
I am curious what's going on over
Do we go see what's going on, or do we head inside?
You said they're covering people in mud and throwing them off a building?
No, from what you see, it basically looks like there's a small group that's just kind of standing there, and they all look like they're in the tightest of little black undergarments, and they're like taking a running vault, and then you kind of lose them off view, and then eventually, a few minutes later, they come back up, heavy breath and kind of exhausted. And there's always like a flash of light every time they jump down.
All right, Lorath is just gonna start walking over there. He wants to like just drawn by a good time.
Can't resist the DM bait, guys.
I
Or at least he
can't.
doesn't think he can. So he's gonna go over and like see what's going on in great detail.
I
Okay.
shoot the shit with Brackus real quick. I just ask him, is that normal for humans?
It might be. Humans aren't very normal.
Yes, I've noticed.
We'll see. We'll probably see inside more.
Okay. I would like to, go see what's going on. What are they doing?
Okay. So, Vickrel and Brackus, you guys are hanging back.
No, I'll follow.
Well, yeah.
I'll walk with my lion friend.
We've split enough over the last several weeks.
Say we just started. Let's split up. It's the worst could happen.
All right. So, you guys make your way along like a pathway that's like there's no like really fence that kind of goes around. It's just sort of like this thin pathway that just contours sort of the castle ever so slightly, and then there's like a 15-foot like drop over like a muddied edge into dark, goopy looking swamp water. As you head over, you see that this group of individuals, maybe like a dozen or so, they have sort of like a 30-foot long, what can best be described as like a slip and slide thing set up, where they're like taking running jumps and then just sort of like sliding down, or at least that's what the setup looks like. And as you guys approach and just sort of like move up with the crowd, no one seems to mind or matter or anything whatsoever. Definitely, initial instinct is they do look highly inebriated. And as you get there, one person is just sort of like patting some mud like off his hands real quick, and then he like walks up to the edge. He's like, "Yeah, all right," and he's sort of looking at the others, and the others are like, "Oh, let's do this." And he's like, "All right,
Oh,
my turn. I'm ready." With like
I get it.
excitement and a huge grin, he moves over to the edge. Another woman, just sort of, she's holding a wand. She points the wand at the slide, casts a quick incantation. You see this like faint magical little like spark pop at the tip of her wand, and grease just begins spilling out the tip of the wand onto the slide. Just like straight oil going out, very like Divinity Original Sin like, and it's just sort of like going down. All right, and the man kind of backs up, kind of like rubs his hands together, gets a running jump, and he jumps, and as he's running, he like spins his body back, and almost like in slow motion, you can see as he spins his body from the tip of his finger, you see a flame, and all your eyes just sort of go wide, and you see that as he jumps, right before he lands, he like, and you see just this spark of flame tip and hit the tip of the oil, and just start trailing behind him. He just starts slipping, and fire trails behind him so fast, it's catching up to him. Holy shit, it might hit him. He's about halfway down, and his feet are literally inside the fire, and the man's screams of excitement turn into screams of pain, and he is now completely engulfed in flame by the time he hits the bottom. And then right before he hits the marsh water below, he like disappears. And you lose track of his body.
Oh! Wow! That was awesome!
Does anyone have a passive perception above a 12? 12 or above.
What
Yes.
would make it passive?
It'll say on your character sheet on D&D Beyond passive perception, but it essentially is just 10 plus your wisdom modifier, and if you're proficient.
13? What's
Yep.
up?
Same.
13. Okay, so as Lorath is sort of like, hey, that was great, and King is just trying to decipher how human brains work, the two of you just, slightly wiser, just sort of look around. You realize these gentlemen and women are not covered in only mud. They're all bloodied from like head to toe. The man emerges from the water, looking muddied, but like patched up, scarred arms and feet. And again, just like general enjoyment from the crowd, and the next one sits up in line, and they just keep going. Some of them look over at you guys. Do you want to go?
Yes, of course. Here, I try to give my great axe to Vickrel, and I take off like anything that I'm like wearing to like go on. Whoa! What are the rules? Do I just run and go?
Just take it all off and dive, and we'll take care of the rest.
Lorath literally strips completely naked. Straight
Vickrel.
naked.
Vickrel, you look like you're interfering.
I grabbed his great axe. Vickrel's not stopping him.
Okay. All right.
Vickrel's very
Lorath is up
interested.
there like stretching, warming his hands up.
All right. So you basically strip, and you're like, whew, ready to go. The lady with the wand again goes through, casts a similar spell, and just like re-greases up against that slip and slide. And the man comes over to you. You notice the man's completely missing his eyebrows. Are you able to cast the flame, or do you want us to do it for you?
Well, that's gonna look a little confused, and I believe I'll need help with that.
Do one of your friends want to cast it for you?
Lorath is
Cast
just
it.
looking back at the rest of his group, maybe from last time.
I can't cast it, but I'd really like to see you do it. I want to know.
I have one question. At the bottom of the slope, what happens?
Yeah, what, realizing that Lorath didn't think that far. Yeah, what does happen?
Well, you hit the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good for putting out the flame so the pain doesn't last too long. They say with like a big grin. Unless, of course, you can beat the flames.
Has anyone beaten the flames before?
No.
Alright,
It
step
feels
back.
great.
I'll show you how it's done.
All right. We got a big one. They're like all like ecstatic.
How long
So
is
happy.
how long is the slide? The slip and slide.
So, I'll let you math it out, but figure the cliff goes down about 20 feet, and this sort of like angles down. So give or take, 30
Like-
feet-ish.
Okay.
What is the exact angle of the?
A squared plus
No.
B squared equals C squared, kids.
No, I'm not.
Pythagorean theorem. Let's go.
No.
Lorath is gonna kind of ham it up with like there's like a crowd, so he's trying to like
Right.
cheering and like psyching himself up. Then he gets like real serious and like
Oh, and
like a
they're
run.
right there with you. They are pumped to see you do this.
Is there any ale for the slider?
Oh yeah, and you see one guy who's taking a drink. He just like splashes Lorath's naked body with his drink. All right, even more flammable. Perfect.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So you go ahead and you take like a running jump. How are you attacking? What is your strategy on this slip and
So-
slide jump? Is it like a
so-
height or a distance or like hit the slide as soon as you can? What's the
You
plan?
go on your
Alright.
tummy.
So Lorath, yeah, I think Lorath is gonna like get kind of in like a running position. I think what he wants to do is try and go fast. Like he's gonna try and go fast and not so much high, but out. So like kind of like a longer jump to like hit maybe like a little bit down, so he gets more momentum.
Okay.
And he's gonna go straight belly flop, arms out, king of the world style.
There, bro.
Excellent. Like swan diving onto
Yes.
this like oil slip and slide. Okay, so I would like you to, you're gonna get like a 20 feet run. It's pretty much the only space that you have into the castle wall. And roll me an athletics check.
If
You're going-
it matters, I plan on casting a mage hand to just on that last jump, just give him a little boost.
Okay, sure.
If that changes the DC or anything, but I plan on doing that.
Well, I'll
Like,
say
have you
roll an Arcana check to see if you can time the casting and just the not just the casting, but just like the pop at correct time to like
Have you seen
boop
like
his booty.
you give like a big spank? Have you seen like what was it like Christmas Vacation where he does like the sled thing? Like he butters up the sled and then he's like, he hits the snow and he's gone.
I have seen it. Unfortunately, I rolled a Vicryl roll, so that's a 9.
Okay,
Good luck in a
so
Bye.
what did you get? Did you roll your? Oh, there you go. Woo! Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you run and then you get this like slow motion sort of like swan dive type thing. Your beard and your hair is just flowing in the swamp wind. So you get off the air a good distance, and you feel like you got this really good beat going. And then all of a sudden, there's like this little arcane force that sort of like boops you and misses, and boops you on the top of the head. So you quickly like angle your body down, just sort of land quicker than you would have liked. And you see everyone else instantaneously. Another person just sort of like lighters his thumb. And just sort of like lights a fire behind him. It is catching up quickly. I would need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You roll. You roll an 8. So you make your way about halfway down the slide, and by the time you hit the halfway point, your feet are already in it and like tingling. You take 3 points of fire damage.
Ooh yeah.
And I need you to roll another dexterity saving throw for the second half
Oh, boy.
to see if you can just sort of like optimize your speed and like bobsled
Yeah,
Olympics
He's like
mode.
blowing it out as he's going down. Let me see. There we go. Oh, Jesus, that was close.
All right. Similarly to the previous man you saw go down, about 3/4 through, he is completely engulfed in flame. You will take 11 points of fire damage.
Whoa.
As you hit the water, you're hurting. You hit water. Flames go out.
Okay, so Lorath is gonna try and play it off cool, but
Oh, really?
but I'm assuming he's gonna be looking pretty hurt.
There's no poof like for the previous guy.
No poof?
Like, didn't the other guy like poof or flash or something like that?
Like teleport.
Yeah.
No. No, the flash that you guys were seeing from a distance was the slide being lit on fire. Now that you're closer, you'd realize that. Yeah.
Oh.
So like you saw someone run from a distance, then you saw just like a whoa, sort of like a halo bonfire being lit.
We definitely thought the last like 8 feet they just teleported into the water.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought we were
Nope.
being treated
Legit
unfairly
slide
here.
in. Nope. So, Lorath, it takes you a moment as you take the time to appreciate the water.
How are all my how are my bits? Do I have everything? Am I singed?
You
I
have
have my hair?
everything, but you know, basically, if you just had the tip of your beard as is right now, just set on fire for about 3 seconds. That's how it looks.
Lorath, your chest looks like that of a 12-year-old.
Just sheen.
It does.
Sheen.
So, like red, scrape marks and just patchy burn marks, just sort of sporadically all over his body.
That was great.
You want another run?
No, I don't think so.
Was that 14 points damage and all?
Jeez.
Yeah.
He almost died.
I don't think I have. I don't really want to go again. I might get lucky if I go again, but I don't want to chance it.
Doesn't it feel great?
Yeah.
You're not truly
Great.
living until you're on a slip and slide set on fire.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I did that.
Any of the rest of you lot want to go?
Yeah, who's next? Vickrel, come on, you're next.
Yeah.
It's a pass for me.
Oh, come
Too
on.
judgy about it.
That's a pass for me because I have to reset a lot of cameras right now, so someone else can go.
What about you, King?
I don't slide very well with the fur and the armor.
Well, they lube you up pretty good.
I don't want to be lubed up by anybody. This is a very,
Want to be lubed up by anybody.
very strange form of entertainment, but
The things
I'll
we
leave it.
say.
I'll leave it to you, humans.
You need a breather, Brutus?
Pause. Let's end the call quick and come right back in.
Okay, I love you, bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh no.
Do you want me to start the call? Maybe, or would that help?
No, it's OBS not feeding into it. It's weird. Bum. Let me just reset the videos. You guys keep going. I can do this. It's fine.
You want to just restart the stream real quick?
No, it's not the stream. It's the same thing. I just got to reset the cameras so we can keep playing. I'll just be a little kind of silent.
Oh, that's good. We can wait.
Brackus, what about you? There's no hair to be lost.
I will go.
Oh, all right! Brackus will go! Well done! Big slap on the back from Lorath.
I start taking off my robes. I'm gonna not be naked though. I'll keep a little, literally a loincloth on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And then Lorath was gonna put his clothes back, his loincloth and stuff back on real quick. Didn't realize he was hanging out
Naked.
still.
While he's doing that
Okay.
the whole time, I'm wondering as King, where is he keeping the book? And then
Sir.
He just
Put that
put it
down.
in his mouth.
he's gonna rub some oil on it and
Right.
throw the book down the slope.
Love this
Someone's
work for the
gonna-
past 3 days. It's gone.
Someone's gonna rub oil on it.
Okay. So Brackus, you head over.
Lorath would probably try and quietly give Brackus tips. Like, okay, you stand back and you put your arms out and you chin
You see as
down.
he puts his arms out, like his armpit hair is completely gone on
It's
one
just like
side.
there's like black marks. And I'm just sitting there like holding all this stuff, like just watching like the soccer mom, like, go get him!
Get him, Brackus.
All right.
Good luck.
I cannot light this fire, so please assist me.
All right. You
And
see another
Brackus
woman
kinda-
wearing like black fancy lace, basically. She is not muddied, but she just sort of steps forward and a bit of a snooty air. She also pulls out a small wand. Looks like long and metallic and pristine. At the ready.
Right. Kind of backs up and just sprints out. He's gonna go down and try and 2-foot it like he's
yeah.
Ah,
You're gonna try and run down the slide?
No, he's gonna like slide down like a
kind of?
just
Like I'm
standing
surfing.
slide.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably more of an athletics to like keep your an acrobatics to keep your balance going down the slip and slide. Then
Would you like athletics or acrobatics?
you may choose, Mr. Monk Master.
Who's the higher one?
The higher.
Hey.
Is there a mage hand happening on this one?
It's still up. How long does it last? A minute? It lasts 1 minute, so probably not, I would think.
No, it's just the time that Lorath made his way back up.
Yeah.
I would assume that Lorath probably wouldn't have noticed much to like comment on.
Just a spanking.
Like you probably would have just thought it was like the wind or something, or like.
No, it definitely felt like someone suddenly, as you had like a really solid swan dive going, just smacked you in the back of the head and like, whew, and you like dove down.
Gotcha.
But you didn't see who it was. There's foul play at work. Okay, so 22. So yeah, you managed to just like stand there and keep your balance and play the like cowabunga song. All right, same thing. A bit of a bigger, more imposing flame, sort of like spell, comes out the wand, and just like it's almost like this one's not so much of like a spark lighting a fuse. This one's more of like a mini fireball.
Great.
Sends it out. It ignites where it lands, a bit of a splash. Those of you at the top see, and then follows down the entire slide. First dexterity saving throw as you get through the first half. Now that you've kept your balance.
All right.
Can
So
you
do I
avoid
just
things?
roll a dex?
Yeah, if you click on.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
Yep, if you
Saving
click on
throw.
dexterity, yeah.
Dope.
Yep.
Okay, solid. All right, first half. It catches up a little because this is a bit of a more imposing flame, but you're kind of doing like the Tarzan on the vines where you're like whoop, 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 sort of like moving your feet around, just sort of like avoiding the flames, and you kind of have this like you're moving your feet around and the flame is swerving unnaturally and you're reacting just in time to avoid getting hit.
Forgot about that scene until just now.
That's a great scene. I love Tarzan.
It's a great scene.
All my heart. Second dex throw.
Right. Same.
A bit of a more
saving throw.
difficult DC, yeah. Because it's
Is there
now-
like a ramp at the end?
No, you just dive like straight in.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So for the second
I was
part,
doing so well.
Yeah.
as you see, he's like avoiding the flames, and then as he gets, same thing, about 3/4 of the way down, his feet catch on fire, and the flames sort of like engulf the bottom half. Part of your loincloth is now on fire. So you
Shows how
will
stupid this
take
is.
9 points of fire damage as your lower
Okay.
half is engulfed in flames. And then you get to the end and a splash, you eventually resurface. I mean, if you want to.
I'm researching.
If you want air, yeah.
For sure.
Lorath is gonna be there to like help pull him out of the water and like cheer him on, like, well, there go, there. We go." Like just super
right.
excited, lifting his arm up and everything.
Lorath, you didn't tell me it hurts so bad.
It hurts very badly. I was hoping it
And
was.
they're
a
like,
good
it's
sleep."
fire! That's the point! It's the most powerful element on this planet.
Was
Exhilarating.
Just face
was
it.
there a rush? Was it everything you had hoped?
There was. I thought that I had it, and then I stumbled at the end. I'd probably be willing to try that again in a month or two.
You're welcome back for the next one. All right. You see another one in the crowd's like, my turn! And they just keep going, so on and so forth.
Vikril just steps up and says, "Have any of you been so brave as to light it before jumping.
Well, no. The point is that, you know, there's a chance of defeating the elements.
So it's nothing to do with going through the fire itself, it's just the rush of being chased.
Well, the rush of the pain that inevitably catches up to you. No offense to you two. No one's really ever...
Oh, we felt the rush!
Not
It
getting
got
hit by the pain. It's a particular type of adrenaline that not many event sponsors can offer, and the Marquis is all for these type of experiments.
I see. Well, have fun then.
All right.
That's when I'm gonna
Starting to go-
start getting dressed again and get my robes back on.
All right.
Terrible.
I brush
Your feet
some
are-
ash off of Lorath's shoulder.
All right. So I'd say Lorath and Brackus, definitely a bit of a limp going on, because your feet, you know, were roasted a little.
Yeah.
Yep.
Laura's probably got a little bit more than a limp, I would say.
Mhm.
He's probably like, there's regret.
We're at this point, I
Skin is
kind of
definitely
think that we're
bloody.
like leaning on each other like two drunk guys after the bar, but like in pain.
Taking that whole get knocked down
What?
but get up again thing.
I think we
Alright.
It is the
We-
power
we
of
should
the
get it.
Chumbawamba.
we should find the Chumbawamba. We should find I think a drink to celebrate.
All right.
I think we should find
Yes. we should-
what's his name before we celebrate.
I imagine we'll find
Mr.
the
McLean?
marquee by the
Brexley, that's his name.
Lord Braxley.
Lord
Marquis.
Brackus.
Marcus.
So you guys head back around the main entrance. The doors are closed, and as you approach, two guards do open the doors, let you guys in, and close the doors back behind you. As you enter, you see that, as per the promise, everyone is wearing all black. Some in cloaks, some have capes, like those sort of like short capes, long scarves, hoods, just like a variety of fine black silks and linens and tight leathers, and at least that's what people are wearing on their shoulders, is like these capes and scarves. More than a significant portion of people's main clothing consists of black silk, satin, and leather lingerie.
Oh, lingerie.
Laura likes this.
Oh god, and the masks, come on. Sure, there's like a little basket at the entrance with masks, and you guys grab one.
Oh man, that's great.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, so much better than One Direction.
Come a long way with the mask.
The fashion this year is the half mask, as you can see. It's the greatest of raves.
It's true.
We just bought like a 3-pack at the
Yeah.
last tavern. They just had them like, oh yeah.
So everyone's just got on these like black silk satin and tight leather, very kinky lingeries. Some are wearing like a cape or a scarf on top, but a significant portion. The tone instinctively of just walking through is definitely different than the first time you were here. A different type of crowd. You don't recognize any familiar faces. The tone is more primal. It's more debauched, much more carnal. So as you enter,
Like, is there
Yeah.
like brothel vibes or
I
what
was
are-
gonna say there's a lot of interactions happening, I would assume.
Is there intercourse about?
It's like an
I
eyes
mean,
wide
not like
shut
on
party.
the floor in front of you,
Yeah.
but there's definitely that sort of like, you
There's
know,
like
people
champagne
falling
room.
all over people, and like
Okay.
obviously there's people making out in every corner possible of each room. But right now you're just in like the main entrance hall. You do see some activities So yeah, the activities tonight aren't as tame as the previous, where there was like, you know, a fire juggler and a tarot card reader. Like it's not very, like I said, carnival. It's much more carnal. So not as tame. So where the belly dancing trio used to be, now stands an open coal fireball over which two individuals stand, surrounded by a crowd. So just like this large sort of brazier filled with coal, over which there is just like this slightly bustling flame. A third man stands near them with a tray, just like a wooden sort of like appetizer tray on which you see several stacks of various colored powders. And each contender, as you guys have to move forward to get into the party, you break through the sort of like circle surrounding this coal brazier. And you see that each contender in front of him has like a wooden rack of shots, or at least shot glasses. Who knows what the contents are. At first instinct, it looks like the typical take shots until you drop type thing. Because they're all standing there, and it looks like they're both sort of like rubbing their hands as if they're just about to begin. The food table in the distance seems filled with a completely different variety than the first time as well. So those are things you guys see at first glance.
Wait, we're waiting to get in, or
No, you guys just walked out onto like the main sort of like open ballroom floor, in which you see like several crowds, but the main regroupment of which you see people. You hear some shouting up on like the second floor, but you see a group of people that are sort of gathering around what looks like the main floor's current main event.
well,
That's what most people are gathered,
first,
other than the food table and stuff.
first things first. I would like to go to the food table and munch a little bit.
And munch food.
Yeah.
Yep. Lorath would probably notice that king was probably doing that and follow shortly behind. For equal reasons.
Sure.
Brackus is going to be hanging out. I want to see what's going to happen with
Same.
whatever this is.
Okay. So you guys who go over to the food table, it's not so much of like a beautiful, well laid out, roast and meal and stuff. The food table is filled with chocolate fountains, truffles, decadent treats, fruits, cherries, figs, strawberries, pomegranate, watermelon, and all of the spirits laid out. All the punch bowls on the table just give out an almost, like for one, like a bright green and an almost rubbing alcohol-like smell. That is the offering of the evening.
Lorath is gonna start taking one of everything, dipping it in the chocolate, eating that, drinking the drink, just unleashing. But then as he does that and realizes he's probably the only one doing that, he's gonna in that manner.
People are digging in all over.
Okay.
You see people sort of leaning over in the fountain, just
Okay, so
being fucking goofy. And
I was gonna say he was gonna restrain himself if other people were, but he's gonna match
floppy.
the room. Yeah.
As you're eating, you see two people on the table just sort of doosh, bangs next to you, and you hear some silverware sort of clatter as a couple just sort of slams into the table, just make it out and just rolls over and strawberries and chocolate and just fall over on the floor.
Oh, not on the watermelon. What the? I start to freak out a little bit and start to go, where's all the meat? I start tossing cucumbers.
There's
Assuming
no
all
meat.
the food here is phallic.
I googled aphrodisiac foods, and that's what I listed there.
Oh.
Meat was not one of them.
Oysters.
Oysters was there. I didn't put oysters out.
God, I bet Lorath could eat 6,000 oysters. Trying to think of how many he could probably put down.
Well, I guess I'll.
What's 6,000 calories in an oyster?
So you guys go through that. For For those that are hanging by the shots till you drop spot type scenario, so they get sort of like the go ahead, and you see one man sort of like skinnier guy, sort of like tall, slender. He's got nothing but this sort of like these sort of like tight black leather like gym shorts, and like a little cape around his neck. So you see that he just sort of like moves his fingers above the shot glasses, takes one, and then as soon as he finishes it, he just reaches his hand over into the platter of powders that the other man is holding, and he's gonna like finish his shot, grab the powder, toss it in the flames, and the flames sort of like just light up of a bright orange, like abnormally bright orange, magical like fumes and colors, and you see that the man just sort of like stands over it and takes in like a deep breath, and you see the like orange fumes sort of like go through his body, and his eyes suddenly like flash bright orange. And he just sort of like lets out this like primal just this visceral shout, and stares at the next guy, breathing heavily, seeming to indicate the next contender's turn.
Oh, they're drinking Fireball.
Who then goes through the next, and he just grabs like this blue powder, throws it in his eyes, same thing, give out this blue, and their pupils remain wide the entire time, and the more that they go back and forth, the more they begin to like sway, and the more like just random shit they start shouting, and their pupils they don't lose the color of the previous powder, and it just becomes this very like enigmatic sort of like swirl in their eyes, and the fumes in the room, and everyone, you see people trying to get closer and closer to the flames, just sort of like they're breathing it in.
Get some hits off of that.
Are you guys close enough to do so?
How close do you think we are? Because I would have been pretty close, at least to watch, not with the intention of breathing it in, but by the second one, I think that I'm going to kind of ask, you know what it is that they're breathing in?
No, but this seems much more my alley, and I'd be happy to find out.
Is King and I are not anywhere close. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah. With the actual cosplay. I like that. That's actually King.
I'm having a hard time seeing you.
Oh, he's got eyes! That's perfect! Yes!
Or my niece would like to call it the scary mask.
Yeah. Are we? Can we see that at all? Are we anywhere close to that?
I'd say you guys like, you know, the time that Vikral and sorry, not GB, Brackus get a little closer, you guys could, you know, easily come back with a handful of strawberries and figs and whatever. Could have gotten a few handfuls. You'd probably show up at around, 4 or 5, I'd say.
Okay, so Lorath would probably see this eye glowing.
Oh, yeah, it's like not subtle.
Okay, yeah, so he's gonna like turn back and just go for drinks this time instead of food.
Okay, so you're gonna scoop up some of that bright green punch?
No, he wants nothing to do with the eye turning business. He's more like going back to the other table to see if there's like other drink. He wants alcohol, but he doesn't want to be near whatever the hell that is.
Right. So the only alcohol served at this table is this bright green, like pure alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, like smelling liquid. There's no ale offered this evening or wine, anything like that.
And is that directly like causing the reaction to those people, or is it the powder stuff?
I'd say roll a perception check to see if the same drink that's offered at the table is what they're taking shots of. Just if you could have gotten a glance in the crowd, since they're kind of going through the motions quickly.
Ooh, there we go. I just like dropped it. 9.
9.
9.
You can't tell. All you know is that it is definitely something strong.
Oh.
All right, he's gonna drink it.
Oh.
Okay. So you start taking some scoops. All right.
Keep in mind, you took some damage last turn, but
Well,
as you're taking some scoops, yeah, it's definitely helping the pain subside.
Nice.
For
it's
sure.
a Healy punch. Not quite.
Yeah. Sure. Not actually. So you feel the pain subside. You also have some moments where you feel like you got 6 fingers, and then your body starts levitating, and then whoop, you drop back on the ground. And as you're eating like strawberries and stuff and taking sips of this, you're sort of like standing at the table, like, whoop, floating again. Boop. You drop back.
I don't want to do this IRL. What kind of drinks are these?
It's just D&D absinthe. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's D&D absinthe.
Yes.
So eventually, these two men go back and forth, and near the end of their row of probably like 10 shots each, they're both definitely swaying, and once in a while, someone turns aside and like they just have sort of these like moments. But everyone is like just sort of amazed and loves the sort of like multicolor, vibrant show that this, event just sort of brings on. One of them definitely eventually just sort of like woos around, turns around, just randomly tries to punch someone, and the person just easily moves aside and just like stumbles down on the ground. And a winner is declared.
Snooze, you just reminded me of, the classic Nicolas Cage film, Face Off, where he's just like, I want his face off.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
He said the thing.
With his face.
All
Such
right. My favorite actor. King, what are you doing during this time?
Well, after realizing that there was no meat, then all there was like fornicating stuff.
That might lead to meat.
Different kind of meat.
You never know.
I'm just gonna chill with him. Keep looking around. I'm not gonna drink. I'll keep looking around, see what everybody else is doing.
All right. Vickrel, they are grabbing contenders for a second round.
Yep.
Are you hopping in?
Yep.
Oh, you guys are wild.
Setting
Anything
himself
can happen
on
in these
fire,
parties.
not so great. Ingesting mystery things, yeah, that sounds like Vickrel.
This is from the Hip Wednesday.
Yeah.
From the hip, exactly.
Okay. Is anyone else going up against him?
Oh no,
Or
I'll be
just
watching.
Random. Okay. So you emphasize enthusiastically on being chosen for the next round. It takes a few minutes. Eventually, they come out with a new row, fresh row of perfectly placed stacks of multicolor rainbow powders. Someone just sort of like puts a hand over the coal brazier and seems to like reset the fumes. As you see, like almost like these arcane runes just sort of like flow magically out of the palm of their hand and float in the air, and then just sort of like instill in the braziers, and you see the flames die down to a natural coal flame. Someone else is brought up from the crowd, and you see a woman who has basically like two pigtails out the top of her head, in like this sort of not like a two-piecer, but sort of like a one-piecer, like corset kind of goes down, sort of like Playboy Mansion, like one piece.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh no!
And she goes and she stands across the brazier, maybe like 7-8 feet from you. Would you like to go first?
Lovely.
All right. You see a row of bright green liquid shots in front of you.
All bright green, no difference.
The liquid is all the same. Yeah,
Cool.
it's the powder that's multicolored.
Grabbing the liquid. Just throw this drink and then sniff.
All right. You take a shot, and then as soon as the liquid hits your gullet, you can like toss the shot glass into the flame and grab whichever color powder you want to.
We'll stick with the green and the green. They probably match up well.
All right, the green and the green. You take a shot, grab a powder, just like you saw the other guy do, 10 times over, toss it in, and then it's as if time slows. Like, as soon as the powder, like, hits the coals, it's like, and your pupils, like, you can see your sight and your field of view just sort of, like, expand, and you see the world in just sort of this green filter right now. But, like, hyper perceptive of everything going on. You see and hear, you can see and hear Lorath eating at the table 25 feet from you, as if he was crunching right into your eardrum, and you can hear the flickering, burning candlelight on the chandelier 40 feet above your head, and just become hyper perceptive to absolutely everything. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'll be needing more of this.
I'm gonna
What?
I'm gonna
there it is.
run over to Lorath right now and just kind of like put my hand on his shoulder. Lorath, Vikrul is competing.
What? What's he doing?
Come watch.
Oh, okay.
Brutus is back,
That was
boys!
That was a 19 for almost.
Okay.
I don't know what I did to deserve this.
Okay. As you're just absorbing all these senses, it's a lot. It's amazing. It is the best experience. But then it just becomes overwhelming, and you can't manage everything at the same time, and it just overloads you. You take 3 points of psychic damage.
Oh shit.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
I've
would have
taken
walked
3
back
points of
with,
psychic damage.
I would walk back with Brackus so we can watch what's happening. Do we see anything visual from Vikrul? Like, is he just like sitting there like drooling, or is like he just like acting normal?
I'm sure his eyes are glowing green.
Yeah, so he's got the green going on right now, and he's actually just standing there like he's seeing the Matrix right now. Like he's just like, oh. So I'll let Brutus roleplay that how he wants to, but everything is, gradually going numb, and the woman will go ahead and take her crack at it. Here's my d20. Same thing. She will take a shot. She's gonna grab some bright red powder. You guys look like Christmas lights right now. And as if an old pro, she's gonna like.
She like shadow hit it as it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs, so you guys are gonna have to help me out a bit on this.
I had a way better experience than you, it seems.
All right, so I will say you can go through the next 3 shots.
Yep.
Give me 3 shots.
Yep.
Give me 3 colors.
Primaries, red, yellow, blue. Let's go.
All right. We sort of like fast forward in time as they each go through 3 colors. Each one just adding to the numbness and like the liberty and freedom that this brings to your body and your mind, but also perhaps struggling. So I'll take another wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom throw.
Like that scene from Garden State.
Not great. 10.
Not great. Okay, you take these 3 more, and the first one hit you much more. On the next 3, you'll take 1 point of psychic damage.
A piece or combined?
No, just total.
Okay.
Yeah, over the course of the next 3 shots.
Okay.
And yeah, same thing. So the filter just becomes like this sort of swirl, and then sometimes it just completely flashes and you can see normally, and your field of view is just sort of like almost like matching your heartbeat right now. And then sometimes you have a moment where you're like, oh my god, you swear you can see outside in the courtyard behind your head. Like it's crazy. She's gonna go ahead and take her next 3. All right. And she's just gonna go red, orange, yellow, and just keep this like very powerful, bright red sort of swirl going on in her eyes, almost like demonic like. And now you can also see that she's like, oh, you're still standing. It's a good sign.
You don't even seem like you're enjoying yourself. Orange.
I
boom.
am. All right. Okay, give me 3 more. Pack.
Orange, purple, fuchsia.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll. Ha!
You do have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw. Normal.
Woo!
Oh god, I thought it was a 1 again. I was like, oh no! 20, dirty.
All right, so the next 3 shots, you down them, and at this point, the walls are beginning to melt. The chandelier flames are like pixelating almost. You're blinking. Like you guys are looking at Vikral as he's doing this, and he's just like blinking nonstop. But in your mind, you're just like blinking normally, and like, whoa.
It's like Doctor
Time
Strange.
seems irrelevant to you right now. Yeah, definitely. You cannot feel like the rest of your body at all. You're not. Once in a while, you have to glance down, make sure you're standing, and you touch your foot to the ground. You're like, well, I'm not face up on the ground, so.
Oh, God. The
I lean
memories.
into Lorath and I just kind of. Is that woman?
Wait, what'd you say?
The woman that is taking shots and hits with our friend Vikral. She seems fine. Who is she?
I don't know, but I like her. Is Vikral like looking at it all like distressed, like where
Other
like
than
he's
the
hurt? Other than like the
12
obvious like
blinks a minute.
right, but I mean like is he looking like he's in danger at all?
I mean, he looks like he's in the danger that he put himself in.
All right.
But I mean, he's still standing. It looks like he's keeping up with the other woman. Who you see at this point, she's doing the opposite. She's sort of blinking super slowly, like that one person who's like, I'm not falling asleep, you know? And she's just gonna go ahead and sort of like cast something, and you see that she's actually gonna just like control water, and you're gonna see like the liquid out of the 3 next shot glasses. She just sort of like bubbles it all up into like a bubble above her hand. And then she just sort of like fountains it down into her mouth, giving a show, and everyone's like, "Ooh, hey." Putting up a bit of a flare. She's not using like an arcane like spell casting focus or anything like that. Just sort of like going at it. You see what looks like runes that go from like her knuckles all the way up like her shoulder on like both sides.
Can I try and see like what she's doing?
Yeah.
What she's doing?
Sure. As in to try and identify like
Yeah, like what
how
kind of
she's
spell
doing
she's
it?
casting. Yeah. I'm enamored with this lady right now. She seems to be solid. What is that? Arcana?
You can roll an Arcana check. See if you can discern the nature of it. 10. So you're not able to tell exactly, what the source of her power is. The one thing you notice is that as she's casting these sort of like little flare spells here and there, as you see that from like shoulder to almost like reverse, like on one arm it goes from shoulder to knuckle, and on the other it goes from like knuckle to shoulder. The runes just sort of like reverse, like poof, 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 just sort of like light up as she's casting her spells.
Well,
So
we're
she
showing
goes
off,
ahead.
are we? And I'll cast Mage Hand and have him double fist shots and just boop boop. Or did she do 3?
She did 3.
We're doing 3 at a time. Yeah, we did
Oh,
1,
yeah.
then we're gonna do 3, 3, 3, basically.
He's boop boop, and then because he can't carry 3 in one hand, he's got to go back get the other. And then he's hitting me with some cyan, some Kelly green, and some granite.
I don't think it's granite. It's not vivid enough to have some granite-colored powder.
Okay, gold. Just straight
Get
up
me the
gold.
concrete. Sure.
The concrete.
You grab what at this point you think is gold, but honestly, you're not really discerning the colors anymore.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah. Okay. So, same thing. Go ahead and roll like an Arcana check to manipulate the mage hand to kind of give off. Well, actually, no. You know what? You can roll a performance check. So it's a performance use of a relatively easy spell.
I think that's a 15.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
15's nice. 15's good. Okay. So what is the mage hand and everything? How are you managing like these 3 shots? What's it looking like?
He's like holding separate. He pours one while holding the other, and then does a little flip of the pinky as I catch it and throw it back.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I don't know. The other one is just like a 10-foot drop, like just mage hand up, and I'm just like doing one of those.
Okay. All right. The crowd also gives like a, all right, we got ourselves a little flare off, you know?
We're gonna need a hospital.
I'm going to need both a wisdom saving throw and a constitution saving throw,
Ooh,
as these are your
okay.
last 3 shots.
He's gonna be the only uninjured fella.
That's the wisdom.
Okay.
That's better than the crit fail that we've been rolling
Yep.
tonight.
And then here's the con.
God!
We're going up, guys.
What is wrong? It has to stop at some point. The man can't roll higher than a 9. I swear to God.
I don't know.
So the woman, as she's sitting there, just sort of like fighting to keep her very brightly colored eyes awake. You take these 3 shots, and then as you go in to grab the powders, you just like fuck it, and instead you just sort of like shove your face in the platter, and you're like,
I just rip a line of every color powder.
oh, sorry, I'm realizing I didn't keep this very PG.
Not at all. I am Tony Montana right now.
Okay, you want to play games? Okay. Just sniffs a mountain of cocaine.
And then you stand back up, and it's sort of like that moment in movies where you see the body just sort of like have a moment and the background becomes like blurry and it kind of like flattens out behind you, and you're just sort of like standing there being transported through time and space. You'll take 12 points of psychic damage.
Oh, his mind is crashing.
Oops. Oh shit!
Are you still up?
It was worth it. Still up
Alright!
Oh my God.
Still holding
at
your
1.
ground.
Oh,
Oh my god, at like 1 HP. And you guys can see after that, like his face looks like he just went for like the color run at this point. But there's also like there's like blood actively dripping from like his ears and his nose at this point. And he's like, your turn. She's gonna take her next 3.
If you don't do what I did, your mom's a hoe. And I cast Vicious Mockery.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. She succeeds.
oh.
You
I
don't
don't know
even
what
know
to
my
do.
DC.
22.
She saves.
He's like, you tell me level 2, you have a 22 DC, we're going back to the drawing board with Vic roll. Alright, so she saves and she kind of gives you please. She'll take her last 3 shots and she will also stand there. Let's do something a little more fun, shall we?
Are you not having fun?
As you see her, she just sort of like puts up her hand and you see her sort of like draw this door. And then it's almost as if the runes on like her arms just sort of come up and like go up around the like magical symbol of a door that she sort of created. And then she sort of like rolls her eyes, punches through the door. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
I mean, if this is to make me walk through the door, she doesn't need to make me. I'm in.
No.
No? Okay. Charisma saving throw. Interesting. Now, would this happen to be a charm type of spell?
Charm? No.
Okay. Because I have advantage against charms.
It is not a charm.
Okay. Charisma saving throw coming right up. I'm a god. I'm a god. It's an 11.
It's higher than 10. He's a god.
I rolled a 6. I have a +5
He rolled a
modifier.
6.
Yeah.
Plus 5. Okay. You guys see as she punches through the door, Vickrell vanishes.
Wait.
Me and
What?
Brackets hold each other, or me and Lorath just hold each other.
Scooby Doo, like.
Oh God!
He like disappears from sight to everyone.
Yeah. Vickrell,
Yeah.
your surroundings, as perceptive as you can possibly be at this moment, you find yourself in a location. It looks like some sort of cavern. It's dark except for one single source of purple light coming from behind you.
Am I still stoned or am I like sobering up right now?
Oh, you're super stoned. Well, this is definitely going to help sober you up.
Wow.
You see like stalagmites and stalactites that seem to be dripping some sort of like viscous fluid from the ceiling. And you hear the dripping with your hyper perceptiveness right now. Psh, psh, and you hear what sounds like a river flow behind you.
Oof. Well, that's annoying. I'll go and touch the fluid, see if I can figure out like kind of what it is.
Okay. You go over and you touch the fluid and it's not fluid, it's like some sort of like goo or like jello. It doesn't sting, but it's some sort of like jello type flabby thing.
Well, I can't see with this damn thing on. This is terrible.
While Vickrell's in his trippy other world, Lorath is gonna go into an all-out panic, like Vickrell, and like run up to where he was, like look up, like pat the ground, and like look for him, and like look
Alright.
under things, and like start panicking, like just screaming his name over and over, like very concerned where he went.
Okay, you go around, you tap around everywhere, you stand in the exact space where he was. There's nothing, you don't bump into anything, there's no sign, just broken shot glasses and piles of paint on the ground.
It's not a fair fight if she's not level 2 as well. Jesus.
You turn around and you see what looks like this bright yellow, like river flow, almost like bright yellow jello lava. And as you turn around, you see this sort of like creature heading towards you.
Oh boy.
It's just like this ever sort of shape-shifting like ooze that's just dripping on the floor and leaving slime. It crawls down from the side of the wall, and you see as its maw opens, you see like there is no skeleton or anything to this thing. You just see two slots just sort of like melt into like an empty space, revealing some sort of eyes, and the mouth just like sort of like sucks open, and you see just as if you just sort of like took a jello and like ripped it in half. It's like spongy opens. and is heading for.
No.
That's the appropriate answer.
And she
No. Stop.
and just keeps like making its way your way. Everyone else on the other side, you see the Marquis walking down the stairs with a big fancy like super duper pointy mask. And he goes, now Morticia. It's not fair if you banish him during the game.
Oh.
She like, fine. Drops
Bring
it.
him back.
And you pop right back up.
And I say
In the
sleep
same
as I'm
space.
looking at Lorath.
You
Does
say
that-
sleep at Laura.
That was my plan, was to put the thing to sleep if it got close. So if I'm getting
I'm just
zapped,
like-
I'm sleeping the first thing I'm looking at.
All right. Laura, what do you have to roll?
I just roll 5d8 on him, and if it's over his, I assume, 3 hit points, he passes out. There is no save from sleep.
Oh, yeah. So if you're rolling
have-
3 dice, and how much HP do you have, Laura?
I have 9, actually.
All
Okay,
right, well,
so roll
I
3
think-
dice.
I think 5d8 might get you.
Oh, 5d8.
Yeah.
It's your roll.
You sleep all of Sundabar.
They're gonna be all 20s.
Oh yeah,
Or
you're
they're gonna be
passing
all-
out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you come back, and Laura, you're like, Vickrel!
Like, do I get to see him at least before I?
Yeah, and then you pass out once more.
So creatures within 20 feet of a point I choose are affected in ascending order of their current hit points. So I guess it's whoever's lower between Morticia, Lorath, and Brachus would be out first.
Well, there's
I
definitely
have-
the guy that did the previous round. He's pretty low too, so he had about like 4 or 5 left, let's say.
Okay, so he'd be out.
Sure.
Brachus.
I have 8 hit points remaining.
Okay, so we'll say 5. CD had 9, 14. How many did Morticia have?
More than that.
More than that? Okay, so
She was
then
able to
Brachus.
cast banishment. She's got
Yeah, that's
a lot
true.
going
Yeah.
on.
So Brachus, Lorath, and other homie are passed out.
I just love like you snap back into existence and Lorath is like, oh, very. Poor Lorath keeps going like he's got brain damage again. He's just always like just passed out.
Pretty much.
So you pass out. You come back feeling like some kind of something, and you see that there's this sort of like yellow jelly that's accumulated beneath your shoes. And you see just like these slight little fumes coming
I
off the ooze on your feet.
I swear I had it. I had it. Oh, maybe I didn't have it. Oh,
Morticia just kind of smiles.
I don't feel great.
Me neither. Well played for a beginner. I need something to eat. She's
Yep.
gonna like walk away. She's still got she's stuck with like bright red, like hot colors the whole time.
Do you mind if I come with you?
Sure.
Okay. Everyone wakes up after a minute.
All right.
I can't figure out how to
assume-
delete a spell forever, for the life of me.
Click the square, I think, and then delete.
The
Yep, my
ruler,
next-
and then you hover over the middle and press delete.
Oh yeah,
The
it's
ruler. Yep, the ruler. Not.
No,
Wait,
not
no,
that ruler. The ruler under the guy.
Damn it! The only one I didn't do. Okay, cool.
Got it.
It's the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. No, there's no explicit substance, guys. It was Kool-Aid powder. So,
No, it was fun dip.
Don't sniff Kool-Aid powder, kids.
Fun Dip, dude. Fun Dip.
Or Fun
Fun
Dip.
Dip could buzz you
Oh,
in good enough quantity.
Get it right here in the temples first.
oh yeah.
I knew this
So
kid who would
I
snort
feel like-
Fun Dip. I was like,
I feel like Lorath would wake up in another panic, like, wait, Pickerel, he was here a second ago. What? Like he's gonna be.
Oh, not
he
locked
left him
up.
again.
So you head over to the table, and the girl just starts going through fruits and stuff. She's sort of like, she's honestly just like leaning on the table, just like lazy, like shoveling food into her mouth. Sustenance helps. Take the moist fruits for water, because there's none served at this damn party.
Here's a watermelon.
That's the best one.
Mhm. Where was I?
I'll ask you only once. Do you truly want to know?
No.
Then I
No.
won't tell you.
Okay.
She just sort of chuckles and just like keeps going at it. The rest of you guys regroup, recuperate, wake up. King dragged away 2 sleepy friends.
Oh man.
Another team starts going at the roulette.
It's a really great idea of fun guys. Ooh.
I like the king has just been sober as a judge the whole time.
What happened? He was there, and I was there, and then I was on the ground. What's going on?
Lorath, did you have another of your dreams?
It wasn't out that long. Did I have a dream?
Did you have a drink?
No,
Dream.
a dream.
When I slept him.
Not that time, no.
You slept Laura? Back. I believe once I see the Marquis walk in, I would like to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, not Detect Good and Evil. What is it called? Divine Sense.
Ah, yes. So that detects.
Good and Evil.
No, that's the one that
Celestial
detects
fiends.
like fiends and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and undead and stuff.
Okay. What's the radius?
60 feet.
60 feet. Even within the marquee, even with the marquee within range, you sense nothing.
I'm sure this guy
Nothing.
was a vampire.
Nothing pops up.
His girlfriend's name is Morticia.
It's true.
He's a regular Gomez Adams.
It's the Addams family.
Wait, there's the hairy one, the tall one.
just as you finish casting, using your ability, your divine sense, he just walks back up the stairs, and heads off out of sight again.
That guy looks familiar.
Don't we have to get paid by that guy or turn in a quest or something?
You guys hear what sounds like a gong being hit on the second floor, and those getting ready for the new round of shots and everything stop, and gradually people begin filtering up the second floor room on the right. Appears to be the next event of the evening.
Vickel's gonna pocket a few grapes.
Lorath follows the crowd,
All right,
as he does.
you guys hear screaming on the second floor.
Oh,
As you walk
geez.
up the stairs,
What kind of screaming? Good screaming or bad screaming? We're at one of those parties.
it's hard to tell with this party.
Ooh,
Mixed it.
okay.
See, we're falling off a building.
Yeah.
We'll take a first little break here. Little short
Yeah.
break. You going for a bit after?
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a bit, guys. Don't go nowhere. Bye.
All right. How Brunga does that every time.
Right? He's just ready with it. Just boom.
So good. Man's got style. All right.
Like, he could be holding three things in one hand, because basically when we come back, chat, you can't hear it, but I'm like, all right, we're going live, 3, 2, 1, and then just boop, we're in. Brunga could be doing like 65 things, and then like as I say it, he somehow miraculously grabs the dice and just gets it there in time. It's ridiculous.
Perfect. The man has talent. Okay. So, picking up where we left off, you guys were going up the stairs with the crowd of where the most recent sound came from. So you
To
heard
the scream party.
To the scream party. Yes. You guys make your way up the second floor. If you remember sort of what the layout is, there's like a main steps that go up, and then there was like completely on the left was like the marquise the Marquis's room. In the middle was sort of where you guys rested for the evening, and then on the right, I think you guys never actually went there, so not sure. And everyone seems to be filtering in to the right at this time. So, so the middle door is closed, and you see a crowd gathering on the right. As you guys filter in, you're able to still make it in the room. It's not the largest of rooms, but people actually like walk in and are sort of like lining around the sides. There is a giant wheel set up against the far right wall. On it,
No.
I know what kind of wheel this is.
you
It's the
see
wheel of
leather
hugs.
straps
Oh.
in four corners of the wheel, basically. And you guys walk in and just have this like, whoa. And you feel suddenly on your shoulder, you look behind and you see the Marquis with his mask. And he basically clasps you on the shoulder and he goes, "Welcome, friends. I see you've had the courage to return to my little event, and you've joined us just in time for the main event."
Have the book on me, or did I give that to Vic?
You have it on. No, you did give it to me.
I remember after reading the second passage, I was like, take it.
Yep.
Okay. Never mind then. Continue.
All right. He's clasping your shoulders as in to like move past you and move into the room. He walks into the room. "Gentle ladies and gentle lords of the land, thank you for joining me on this evening of dark delights and forbidden ecstasies. Tonight, we have with us a new member joining our little circle. Baroness Katerina of the Dead Snows Vale, if you will." And he kind of like leans out his hand very gentlemanly. And you see this woman who's wearing sort of like a short black dress, as well as just this light sort of like satin scarf around her shoulders that sort of flows behind her. Pale, soft blue skin, and long, loose gray hair. Some of you might recognize her as being a moon elf. "Welcome, my dear," as he goes ahead and he grabs her hand and kisses it as he pulls her from the crowd. "Please, as it is your official first evening, if you would please choose, and we may begin." And he lifts back on the other side of the wall, he lifts like a tablecloth that reveals just a variety of sharpened blades,
Oh, hell.
axes, throwables of all kinds.
If there's any children in the chat, please turn away.
Since the beginning, you should be gone.
Yeah. This is not a child-friendly stream.
I mean,
Okay.
in general, D&D, you go around killing monsters, so, you know.
Who is bringing their children into this stream?
He's gonna fuck us!
Yeah, exactly.
This time I really did think he was going to say it.
I should have done it, like, just for the meme.
Yeah.
So she kind of goes over with, like, an excited, sort of, like, ladylike, but very excited smile. She kind of, like, puts her hand over the table a little, and she picks up what looks like a small pack of, like, shurikens. Shurikens? Did I say that right? Ish?
Yep.
Right enough. You said it like a North American, so.
I am a North American, so
Okay,
there
we
you
are.
go. And the Marquis looks back out of the crowd. "For my friends amongst the circle, do we have any volunteers?" And he looks around to everyone, glances over each of you four one by one.
I'll take a toss. I don't want to, like, I don't want Vikro or Lorath to do it since they're, like, fucked up. And I don't know about brackets.
I don't look good.
Well, he's not inviting you specifically.
Oh,
he's
okay.
asking for volunteers to go up on the wheel.
Oh, hell no. Never mind.
Not the throw. She is throwing. The throwing is the initiation, is what you're getting. And he kind of gives a bit of like a disappointed nod in your direction. And then a man sort of steps forward.
There we go.
Young Lord Tobias. Tobias steps forward smilingly. And sort of like nods his head to the Marquis. And then moves over. And some others come over help and essentially, strap him in on the wheel. And then they essentially just go ahead and spin it very slowly. Like, it's not like a super fast Price is Right spin. Like, very slight spin. The crowd chants and laughs. Doubt would inevitably begin settling in all of your minds as to, like, the legitimacy of everything happening at this party. With the few examples that you have seen.
And participated in.
And participated to my great surprise! But hey, whatever. The crowd chants and laughs as Katarina begins to throw. First one, toosh, lands on wood. The man continues grinning and sort of like taunting her, to throw better and stuff like that. And just kind of goes back and forth. The second one lands in his upper thigh. And he just sort of like, ugh! Lets out a shout and blood begins to trickle as he's still continuously spun. Second one.
The hit points for that shit.
Second one
Feel good
lands
about my decision.
on the wood right under the man's armpit that's sort of like strapped up. The crowd gives like a disappointing like boo. The Marquis sort of glancing over in your direction quite often to see your guys' reaction. So, what are you guys looking like right now if he looks...
I look like I don't have the hit points for that shit.
Is that face Brutus has right now.
Yeah.
He gives just like a small corner smile, not seeming very surprised. She then goes back to the table after she's emptied all her shurikens, and she picks up a whip and just lashes at him real good, 3 good times.
Yeah.
Like, just these bloody lashes just remain across them, and the crowd is just not having the same reaction that you guys are. Like, this is a different beat, whatever is happening. The Marquis celebrates.
I did not have nearly enough cocaine for this.
She finishes off with a whip, and he offers that as a parting gift, she may keep it as a welcome gift.
Oh, what?
He himself
whip?
then heads over to the table, and the crowd kind of goes silent. He just hovers his hands over all the weapons, one by one. And then you can see that he just takes a step back and casts Mage Hand as well, as you see a spectral hand just form and sort of apparate out of nowhere, and pick up what is called a sawtooth saber. So I'm gonna post that to you guys real quick in Discord.
That
the Rambo
that
knife?
sounds just like a much larger version of a handsaw with a handle.
It's gorgeous looking.
I
But it
can't
is
look at it in
essentially-
Discord or it'll get jacked up for me.
It is essentially a blade that just has like a
Like
jagged
serrated, yeah.
saw, like serrated all the way down, and on the angle it's got just sort of like a handle that protrudes out, just like a spike and a bright red handle. And you see as he just sort of like hovers it there enticingly and sort of like tauntingly, just lifting it and sort of flickering it through the air, entertaining the crowd. And then with the flick of his wrist, he sends it over. And the saber flies over to Tobias, and the blade plunges slowly right through the middle of his chest. The man screams, gurgles, still with a smile, and then slowly just dies in front of the crowd's eyes. Slowly, with a smile, but with groans of pain. And everyone chants and applauds the spectacle that just took place in front of their eyes.
Why did the music stop when the guy died?
Because timing is everything. The Marquis smiles, looks back at everyone, Once more, welcome to Katarina. We're looking forward to many more evenings such as this. And he reaches into a small inside pocket that he seems to have on like the little cloak that he's got going on. No, he would have like a long black cape, and he has like an inside pocket. And he pulls out like a diamond, literally about this big. He tosses it to like a servant on the back room, one of the ones that tied him to the wheel. He goes, "Thank him tomorrow when he wakes. I want to hear every little detail of what he thought of the unique experience. Thank you all for participating, enjoying the thrills alongside me, and enjoy the rest of your evening in the Castella." And everyone sort of like applauds and eventually heads out. And then he heads over to you. "Vicarol, Brachus, and friends. If you'd please join me in my quarters, we have matters to discuss."
I throw up a little bit.
Who is this guy?
I'm just tasting blood. Just.
Please come.
All right.
You telling me if we would have gone on the circle, we could have made a big ass diamond off of you?
As you're walking, the diamond is to bring our friend back.
Oh.
After he experiences an evening as the dead.
Ooh.
Not many parties could offer you this experience. You should have participated.
Maybe next
Most of us had our fair share of fun.
We're all torched.
You're all torched. He's like, he sees the like color splatter of powder all over Vicarol as well. Whose eyes are just still dilated to the max, but just slowly starting to regain like a normal color. The world is still melting around you, Vicarol. So that
the
whole
walls are
debacle,
breathing.
that whole debacle looks even crazier than what I described to you.
Yes.
You probably saw a few shurikens hit, and you were like, "What? Oh, his arm is melting."
Imagine it looks
Literally
like
heard his heart stop beating.
Oh.
God, probably. You guys walk into his quarters.
Oh yes.
And it looks exactly as it did before. And as he walks in, he closes the door behind you, locks it, puts up his cape, takes off his mask. "Well, please, have a sit. Considering that you're here and you brought my horses back and everything, I assume that you've accomplished the deed that I asked of you?"
We have.
Wait. Did we have his horses?
Yeah, you came
Yeah.
back in on them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of the other campaign where we've lost like damn near
Oh.
everything.
You lost
yeah.
all the mounds and the 10
Seems
pounds.
like
Yeah.
confusing. Okay, my bad.
Vic roll. Look.
I'm sorry, I don't know if it's the drugs or what, but you're cutting in and out. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Vic roll.
The book. Vicarol.
Vic roll. Do you have the book?
I do. It's here. Cover up the logo. Not sponsored.
On my Apple book. Yes.
Shut up, Siri.
Would you like a sponsorship?
we have the book here.
Magical book.
This one shouldn't turn into a orb. Here.
You hand it over to him, and he just slowly opens it, kind of glancing back at you all as he does. Finally. As he just immediately begins like filtering through it in front of you. He seems to know like exactly what he's looking for as he's just skipping entire sections of the book. Close it back up. Yeah.
Can I tell what part he stops at? Like,
That's true, because you did look at the book.
yeah.
Yeah, roll a perception check. As you're in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
He seems to stop on the back end of the book, which
The
would be
part I
sec-
didn't read.
The part that you didn't read, is
Which
the part that
really
he-
shocked me.
Yes, exactly. He kind of like clasps it closed. Well, seems this is indeed the real deal. Let me get your payment. And he heads over to the roll top desk he has in his room.
Oh, never.
Do you want some?
Oh no, I was just gonna tell him what we did with the other payment that he gave us.
Yes.
We spent all our money to get this book.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were the type to pay for services rendered.
Well, we met a house full of lycanthropes. Sure.
Really? And they were
Yeah.
the one doing all of this. He kind of points back to the circular, sort of like vase in the room. Curious. And did you just paid them? And let them be?
For now.
I learn more about you all with every interaction that we have. Well, payment is due, and he'll toss another 75 gold at Lorath, Vickrel, and King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich again, guys.
I'm a man of my word. He looks over at Brachus after an extended pause. And as for your payment, I would assume that you have not yet read the contents of the book, correct?
Very interested to read the last thing that you read.
And why is that?
Well, that would be the thing that told you this was the real deal. You said.
Well, the fact that when I opened it and didn't turn into a little ball of energy also kind of gives it away.
Fair enough. There's something that you were looking for, yeah?
Naturally.
Seems to be that everyone that has possession of this book is looking for something, and
Well, it's a one of a kind,
Asproth
unique item.
should be a
Totally cut off there for the whole thing that you said.
yeah. Nasproth seemed to be a one-kind individual.
A very special individual indeed. But he came across some interesting things in his lifetime that could be useful for others, but you also wouldn't want this book getting into the wrong hands for those other people getting a hold of certain information.
And who be the wrong hands?
Well, not myself, if that's what you're implying.
Clearly not. Maybe a room full of jackals.
That's definitely the wrong type of foe. Well, there's multiple sections within this book. Being a man of your nature, perhaps you'd like to learn a bit more about the weave.
After an evening like tonight, well, tell me what else is in this.
Well, a few topics. Mazfroth was known for his research on the nature of the arcane, but also the nature of beasts and shape changes alike. So I'd be willing to offer you reading a passage of one of those segments. Most of the rest is just gibberish from what I've understood.
Bullshit.
I'd love,
Excuse
love
me.
to read some gibberish.
No, we don't have time to go through the gibberish. Whereas it seems very clear which ones are the essays that are actually comprehensible within a matter of time. I do need to get back to a party, so I need you to do some light reading if you wouldn't mind.
This is like when you go to the NPC and you're like, I have more to tell you, and then you pick a thing and then like it goes off on a tangent. And it's like not what you wanted. You're like, do you want to hear it? And then you get it over here.
Tell me more.
It's like, you didn't tell me anything.
This isn't what I said.
Yeah.
By gibberish, do you mean it's a different language?
Yes.
Did I see such a? I only see.
First of all, I would like you to roll a deception check in saying that you did not read the book.
I haven't said it. But
I just thought you posted Tobias the red shirt.
was I
Tobias the
wrong?
stormtrooper.
Was I wrong?
It wasn't red to start.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ouch.
Those days, eh?
It actually gives like a breakdown of the roll too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's so cool.
Shows what it comes from.
Like click.
After he mentioned, yes, it is in a different language. What was the thing you said?
I'd like to see another language.
You know, if you're here to educate yourself and learn how to read, probably starting with a crazy arcane user's book isn't the best place to start. I have many books that I can offer you if you want to learn a different language. As I say, I have a party to get back to.
You can't read.
Alright. There are a lot of written languages around.
There are.
Could you tell me what this language is? I'd like to go research it myself later on.
You can see him like starting to get just like a little irritated. I'd like to be upfront with you. I'm not going to let you read the same passage that I just read, as it is, as I said, unique information that I would like to consider of my eyes only, and as you know, information is power, and I'm a very powerful man looking to be ever more powerful. Any other passage you're welcome to.
My only question is, would any of these latter passages be useful in bringing back a fallen counterpart?
Fallen counterpart. Not in my field of interest, no.
Fair enough. I'll read about the weave.
Fair enough. And you see him open up the book and just pull out like a segment of pages that belong to like the segment of the weave. And he'll just pull them straight from the book and like lend them to you. The book itself is just like a collection, it's not like bound to the leather, so he doesn't rip it out, but it's just like a leather cover in which there's like stacks of multiple different essays sort of like compiled
like
over time and wrapped in
The original
leather.
Bible.
Exactly. There you
I
go.
thought he was just gonna like hold his finger on the like. No more. Don't go further. Just read this part.
It's now Mazfroth's slightly less mighty digressions.
Mazfroth's mediocre digression.
Yeah.
There you go. So he's gonna lend that to you and let you sort of sit and read that in the corner. As we're waiting for our friend to read these things, Mr. Montgomery, I'm curious if you mailed the letter that I requested you to mail.
It did. I imagine it shall be arriving in due time. I had included where to send the return response. Not sure if you'll get one, but who knows?
You played in the shots game, didn't you?
I did.
He did excellently, I think.
It's
Damn
still
good, too,
all
didn't he?
over me.
Very proud.
I
Perfect.
don't know where I went, and according to Morticia,
Yes.
I don't want to know where I went, and I will trust her word.
A trusting man in a strange party.
Trusting enough to know that sometimes knowledge can be too much.
This is true. on that actually knowledge being too much, I'm honestly not convinced that my letter's ever gonna make it to the Lord of Three Peaks.
Excuse me?
You see, there's a lot of powerful men and women at this party from all corners of the continent. And I did my fair bit of discussion and research, and I've never heard of such a lord. I have baronesses, marquises, lords, princes at this evening's festivities. This elusive Lord of Three Peaks has never come across anyone's mind.
It's not that elusive.
I'll check my map for Three Peaks now.
College history? Let me hit it.
Curious. I won't pressure you further in a vulnerable state that you're in. That would be unfair of me.
I don't feel great.
Just sit there for a moment then.
Marquis, is there something that you need from the Lord of Three Peaks?
This isn't water, this is more vodka.
That's all there is this evening. No, simply an introduction, but around this whole point of knowledge, I like knowing those that I work with, and took the liberty of doing some investigation to no conclusion whatsoever.
You thought I was the one worth investigating?
Well, Mr. Brackus, you're from Sunderbar.
Sunderbar.
It's quite an unfortunate event that happened there. Evidently. Not much to not believe in, if I were to not believe someone's story. Brackus seems fine. And you, Lorath.
Huh?
What of your past? You've known Mr. Montgomery for some time. Have you ever met this Lord of Three Peaks?
Yeah, of course. Yes, sure. I have,
Well, now you're just lying.
No,
He's lying.
I remember the Lord of all Three Peaks.
No?
Oh,
You have yet
Maybe.
to meet my uncle. We're not that close.
oh, right. Maybe not.
So
Then.
that fire must have gotten to you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Maybe. North is super confused.
Yes, that's been pretty...
Super confused right now.
Tell me, many of you seem to have participated in this evening's festivities. What did you think?
They were very exhilarating, especially the fire shoot slide thing.
Good. That's a more
It's-
recent experiment.
It seemed that the focus of the festivities was either joy or pain.
Death.
Mostly pain, I think.
It was death too.
We like to see it as unique experiences.
So
How would it
Tobias,
be? Tobias.
what with Tobias? I saw him die today.
Tobias volunteered, did he not?
We all might have volunteered, but by this time it seemed like he might die.
And he kind of like leans in. If you had the opportunity to feel true exhilaration of death without the consequences attached to it, would you not want to know what that's like?
I would.
Once.
I would.
That's my point.
Vikrul sees through the matrix and flashes to a dark cave with a witch and a will-o-wisp and just surrounded by death and destruction. And then he just snaps back. He's like, I think I may have done that once.
I mean, wouldn't you be able to further appreciate a world in which there's no perpetual attempt to control you, regulations, do what you want, try new things every moment of every day, try who you want, be killed without the consequences?
I can't imagine having a life about that, but I've definitely wondered.
Well, I'm here to offer that possibility. Once in a while. The rest of you don't seem so convinced.
Don't feel like you need to know death to be free of inhibition.
Right, because none of us have died. Right?
Right. That wasn't quite my point, but I don't feel like you'd need to live the life that you decide to live or want to live.
And Marquis, you don't fear any repercussion from any of the people that you're essentially putting through torture?
I never forced anyone to do anything. People come of their own accord, sign on their own, and I offer them a whole new world.
Straight up jigsawing the whole thing.
I believe Charlie Manson said something similar.
I didn't kill those people, they killed themselves.
Charles.
I just ate them. What do you want?
Mm-hmm. They said, sure.
Marky, what do you hope to do with this new knowledge that you...
Yeah, what do you read for?
I wish to find a particular item that has been lost for a long time, unfound by anyone of this world.
Oh, never mind. So there's something that you haven't experienced yet, huh? Mm-hmm.
There's always more.
What is this item?
We're not that friendly yet, Laura.
Okay.
Well,
You
we've
brought
been
up the
able-
special item.
We've been able to retrieve at least one item.
I'd say we're getting pretty good at it.
Are you offering services to retrieve another?
Depends on what the item is.
At the very least, we have a curiosity.
Seems so. Well, if we were to go further, and if you are interested in seeing how far down the rabbit hole goes, then we can take the next step together. If you're all truly interested in seeing more.
Okay, but no more of this throwing knives and stabbing people in the neck parties.
Ah! Please, follow me. Something I want to show you. And he walks over to the Manticore painting. Guys, he's not gonna. Okay?
He's trying to this whole time. He's just
I know I've done some dark shit tonight, but I'm not gonna do that, okay?
Fall asleep.
Runga said it once. I can't. Every time with this guy, I'm thinking the whole thing is like he's just trying to bone us. Dude. He's just,
It's a trench coat. He's going to show it to us right now.
Wham!
I wanted us to eat all this aphrodisiacs and shit.
yeah.
YouTube, I'm so sorry.
He goes over to the Manticore painting, and reaches behind it, and you hear like 2-3 clicks, and then you see the large bookcase in which he seems to have all his super organized books. Just kind of like pushes into the wall a bit and slides to the side.
Yes,
You
where
guys-
would the tall, dark, and creepy person have a secret bookcase?
Comes with
Think
the
they all-
title.
Let me
Please.
get the Marquise cage. Marquise cage.
And you guys see like a faint, sort of like flickering purple light and like stone steps that go down.
Cool.
He leans in, kind of grabs a torch off the wall. Please, come with me.
Is the torch giving off purple light, or is that down below?
It's down below, further in distance.
Ooh.
And put your masks back on.
Lorath is gonna put his mask on and gladly follow him down into the sixth dungeon.
I didn't think mine through because I like eating while we're streaming. So.
Yes. We don't actually have to put our masks back on if you guys don't want to. It's okay.
Do I have to sign a consent form coming down here?
You get no response. Poor Brutus looks like he's struggling, dude.
But it's on point
It's the
because Vickrel
stupid
can't
pie,
get his,
man.
yeah. Vickrel probably couldn't get his on either.
So I attached mine to a straw.
There you go.
Yeah.
Continue. This is what we get.
You got this. You got this. All right. So he leads you all down a staircase. Where are you guys? Hello?
Oh.
Hello.
Hello?
Wait, shit. We have a battle map.
Roll initiative.
You might as well kick him down the stairs while we're at it.
You read about the weave. You know too much.
Dude, I know we were joking, but now he's definitely gonna fuck us. I mean, we're in a dungeon. He's like, okay, just let me chain you up over here, and you take your clothes off over there.
Wait,
Don't stand too close to the whips.
But you chained me up over there. How do I take my clothes off now?
Let's do it!
I'd like to stand right next to the whips, thank you.
Brutus lacks permission to update tokens. I don't know what that means.
You lack permission for everything. You're not the dungeon master.
Pretty much.
I got that one. Thanks.
I got it.
So, you guys make your way down the steps and you get into this room that is lit by these large, bright purple lights, sort of like torch lights. Actually, these would be braziers as well, now that I think of it. I think you guys can see everything, right?
Am I in two different rooms right now?
What?
Hey?
It seems like I'm down here
Oh,
and I'm up here.
you are.
All right. Well, I will just scroll to the purple room.
That's the thing. You're in the purple room.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I did
you.
not see the other room. Now I see the purple room.
Dude, I did like a 2-in-1. I cheated.
Oh.
It's
Wait,
cool.
are we in the purple room?
We are
We're
in the purple room.
Oh,
Here we go.
fuck!
You should be in the purple room.
What are we doing in the purple room, guys? Bad idea. Oh,
So-
no.
You guys enter this room, and as you get down to the bottom, the marquee just sort of gives you like gestures for you to continue through, and you see lined up on either side are like a dozen people, fully black robed from like head to toe, with like the hood up and these sort of masks that look like mine with like these pointy picks, and they're just all just sort of like standing there, different skin colors, different heights, people of all kind, it seems. And the lights just keep flickering. And at the tip of the hallway, you see this massive stone statue of just like this creature with like these large wings that sort of encompass his entire body, and these horns, very like large gargoyle like looking pointed teeth, vile looking creature.
2 questions. Does that asshole look familiar? Like the
What
thing that
asshole?
was running at that statue. Was that what was running at me?
In the cave?
Yeah.
It does not look familiar. No.
Okay, cool.
What came after you really looked like some sort of like amorphous, like jello ooze thing. This really just picture like a gargoyle with like a large sword and just like horned.
Sword that kind of looks
very
like a
like
dick.
human. That looks like a dick.
No, a sword that kind of looks like a dick.
Yes, the penis sword.
Yep.
Mildly phallic.
Oh yeah, that's that's definitely that's a dick.
And then are all these people looking at us, or like looking at each other, or like looking straight ahead?
As you guys enter the room, there's sort of like a stone slab that moves, and you guys enter the room, and then immediately as you enter, the stone slab begins closing behind you.
Oh.
And they all just sort of like, in one motion, turn in your direction.
You all know there's a party going on upstairs. How long have you been down here?
And the Marquis motions for you guys to like walk down the alley.
I feel like we're about to be sacrificed.
Come the bride.
So how many guys do we see here? 16?
Count.
2,
So 16
4,
people.
6, 8.
I cannot move.
Oh,
Click
you
on
can't?
yourself.
No.
Oh, my bad.
It's weird. It says controlled by you. Represented actor Vikral Montgomery.
14.
Update token. Try now.
Negative, Ghost Rider. I'm gonna refresh.
There's 2 more people on the yeah.
16. When I get down here, do we see this blood here on the floor?
There we
Oh,
go.
you
I got
do.
it. Got it now.
Oh my god, this party just keeps giving, dude.
Pickle's just staring in the eyes of every one of those guys, sidestepping.
Yep.
There you go,
100%. Yeah. I'm
Hello,
good.
hello, hello,
Hello,
There you
hello, hello.
hello.
Hi.
All right. So
Are
as
they
you guys
upstairs?
move over, you see that like they kind of like close in the row behind you, and these guys
Oh
just
my
sort of
God.
back up ever so slightly.
Oh, I don't like any of this.
Oh shit!
The Marquis sort of like completely closes up his cloak, and it sort of like covers him entirely. His entire like vestments behind are covered, leaving nothing but like the mask unhooded and like a long cloak, black cloak that covers his entire body.
All these peeps seem to be carrying weapons as well.
It's hard to tell, as they all have like a cloak overlapping, so you can't actually see what's on their bodies.
Do we see their faces? Like, do they have any markings like belonging to a guild-wise or?
Roll a perception check to see what you can distinguish as you're like walking down this hallway.
They all have a dragon
well-
tattoo where they're gonna fight in a tournament.
No, I mean, I just hover over each one. It says vampire cultist, so there's that.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
It was for sure.
Shit!
That's awesome.
No. 9.
It does say that guy's
9.
name is Biro. Is that right?
It's just a token, guys. Okay.
All right.
It's
All right.
just a token. It's just a
We're
token.
very
That
active bunch, okay?
the token is the Lord. All right.
I stab
um,
Biro.
As you guys get to the other end, you see, like, yeah, this massive statue on top of this big sort of like purple, like Persian-looking rug, and then to the right of it, you see what looks like some sort of like altar on which there's just like a variety of things placed on top of it, and then in the leftmost corner, you see literally like a jail cell. This seems to have like these manacles sort of like tied to the wall and behind it. And currently the door is sort of like angled open. And the Marquis slowly walks up, giving you the time to take in your surroundings. And everyone just sort of like rotates as he walks by and looks in your direction. Well now. I feel like some of you have been lying to me. And I don't like it.
Thank goodness.
And I would like the truth to come out once and for all. So you're not in a situation where you have the upper hand for smooth talking.
Oh, we don't.
Who would like to start?
I'll go first. When I was 5 years old, it said fake puking. And I mixed it in with real puking.
Like an AA meeting. Oh
So
god.
random.
I look at you guys and be like, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
I've been truthful. I think.
And when you say you think, you mean
I can't remember lying to you or having a reason to lie to you.
Marquis, is it not apparent?
many things are apparent to me.
Lorath doesn't seem to remember anything.
He doesn't.
I doesn't.
I don't.
I pray you get
And-
smarter once you remember.
And Mr. Montgomery, how long have you actually known our friend Lorath here? And how long have you been taking advantage of him?
Ooh.
What do you mean? What's he talking about?
I would ask you to choose your words carefully.
You see, I have. Since I first met you all, but I keep getting these hints that you're not being entirely truthful with me. And sadly, I think the only one that has been truthfully is the Lion Man. And then you, and he points at Lorath. You truly don't know anything.
What do you mean? I know a lot. But I don't. There's some things I don't remember. But everybody doesn't remember everything.
See, Sewing Needle mentioned to me that there was a marking on your backside. You don't know what that marking means.
I don't. It's a birthmark. Yeah, it's nothing. Lorath is starting to get like worked up a little bit. Like it's just the mark I've had.
We
No
see
worries. Conserve your energy, friend.
it. Have we
What'd
seen
you
it?
You
Have
have.
we seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
When he stripped naked at first, and there was like sort of like this
And then
Sort of
when he
like
stripped naked,
Celtic
at
like
second,
knot.
The second time you guys seen it too.
Yeah, the second time was a little burnt up and muddy.
You've
but
seen
yeah.
a lot of Lorath.
And then he'll turn over to Brackus and go, Brackus, how much of my book did you read?
I read about the lycanthropes that we met, and I read about the weave which I seek to understand.
And that's all.
That's all.
Please.
At that
Roll
point,
a persuasion check. Because you are telling the truth now. But he's super skeptical.
Is there a truth roll that happens?
is there a truth roll? Roll
That's
a
it.
truth.
Well, he's been
Yeah.
rolling against your guys' persuasions and everything.
For
this whole
sure.
time.
Well, it's not hard to beat my nat ones, so.
That's
You're
fair.
rolling 10 times. This is rolling.
Alright.
It has been my assumption that you didn't seek the information that I read.
No, so by default, you know, most likely, I'd assume, the area that is of my interest. You seem to be a
course.
knowledgeable man. See, I don't like that. I don't like people knowing what business I operate in.
Well, at least it's not the resurrection of a light.
It's mild things. Mild. I look for bigger. Now that you know my area of interest, I really came to liking all of you. But see, I'm in a little bit of a conundrum. where I feel like I'm in a situation where I don't want anyone to backtrack what I've been looking for. Like I said, I like you, but I also have a habit of tying up loose ends for anyone that does business with me. But I like you all. Please, tell me how to proceed here.
Did you like the person that you sent to find this book in the first place?
No. They also had fun on the wheel. They didn't get a diamond.
We just met you 3 days ago. So,
Yeah, what's so special about us?
yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing
Oh,
whatsoever. Tell me, how many people did you speak to in the city to find what you needed to find out?
Maybe 12.
It's a very specific,
I like
large
that.
amount of people.
I was still thinking, I was like, 3?
people and one rat per half person.
About a dozen.
Ryan.
Nobody gives a shit about your book, Marquis. If I'm being honest.
I think
Everybody
you
mostly-
don't give a shit about my book, but
No, most of the people
No,
that
the
have books.
the
just sold them
lion
for
the
their-
lion speaks the truth. You are not the only book that went missing. Yours is not the only book missing.
I'm at a crossroads. See, typically what I do with you people is waiting for you right below that statue. Then again, you seem to enjoy this evening's festivities. I'm wondering if you have a place in our little cult of pleasure. Then I saw your grin when we went up on the wheel, and I felt judgment. I felt oh so judged.
Marquis, I was pretty sure that whoever went up died.
And they didn't.
Well, he did.
Well, they did, but they'll wake up feeling great. Having experienced something that so little people get to experience.
And yet the last messenger you sent on the same task as us.
Well, he failed.
We didn't.
You did not fail. You brought me back the book.
So that's why you like us, is because we can do things for you. So we're worth keeping around, right?
I don't know.
Why is the Marquis token so much bigger than yours?
Why is this token big? That's what King's been thinking this whole time.
It's very intimidating. I'm a man.
King, my token is bigger.
Oh,
That's true. Mr. Montgomery, you've been quite quiet and reserved. You're usually the fluent speaker. I'm curious of your opinion on the current state of things.
Vickrell, could you tell us about your uncle?
Another time.
I think it's a great time.
I think you and I lead a similar lifestyle. You've
Oh,
taken it to quite a further extreme, but a lot of inhibitions that others have, we lack. And you seem to have done quite well for yourself, and I see a lot of you in me. I'm interested to see and learn more. Please, gods, don't kill Vickrell.
Again.
But I feel like you've made up your mind already, so what will it be?
I haven't entirely. I can be swayed. I made it where I am by listening, making the right decisions at key moments in my lifetime. And his face suddenly gets like very serious and like drops the smile. So you say we're very similar, Vickrell.
I do.
You saying you'd be interested in the life of all this?
I can see the benefits, and I can see The appeal, certainly.
So if I were to ask for a firm answer, Mr. Montgomery, are you interested in a life of riches and power and carnal pleasures as far as the eye can see for the rest of your lifetime for but a small sign-up fee?
This would depend on the fee. I'm not a man of making deals without knowing all of the terms.
See, I think that's the difference between you and me. I'd say yes no matter what. And I did. So let's see. He'll pick up a blade and he'll toss it to you. Kill Brachus.
Oh! Oh!
And
Hold
you're
on a
in.
minute. Hold on.
If
How
you
many-
like, I can even make it easy for you. He'll just hold a spell.
How many diamonds do you have in your pocket?
I'm all out, unfortunately.
Oh.
Only had one for the evening.
I want to roll initiative now.
If Brachus is making a move, you can.
Brachus will run straight at Victor.
Okay. So I would like the two of you to roll initiative.
Well.
Well,
Let
I
me-
can't
let me-
get.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, I would like the two of you to roll initiative.
Ooh!
One had some
Uh,
weird English on it.
King and Lorath, are you guys? Of course. King and Lorath, are you guys?
I'm stepping in. If they're gonna charge each other, I'm gonna be like, hold on, like stop.
Anyone stepping in? Roll initiative. As the room just got very tense between each other.
I would like to do something.
Marky's
else.
smile has returned.
I don't know.
Oh wait, what? Okay, never mind. The dice looked super cocked. Like I'm
Super cock.
like it was on an edge, but it landed higher. So that's
Well, it's not like they're brainwashed or anything. They're basically just really fighting each other. Like,
Okay, so I'm gonna ran this random barrow, but don't take it, you know.
we all three kill Bear.
okay, I think I could take all you guys right now.
Yeah, like really majorly regretting the Tony Montana scene earlier. Ugh.
Yeah, that's intense.
I'll roll.
So you don't have disadvantage on anything, it's just the psychic damage obviously kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So top of the round, you see the Marquis hold the spell. And he kind of gives you a glance as he sees Brachus sort of getting ready to charge. He kind of closes his fist. You want help or not?
No.
And it vanishes into nothing. Brachus, it is your turn. Oh yeah, I got this new little thingy that's below people's thing
Ooh.
now. I added things.
Cool.
So now that's whoever's turn it is. It does that automatically.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I
awesome.
spiffed it up a bit.
Oh,
I added
dude, the
something.
turn marker in chat. That's so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I added a whole new like turn,
Hell
and I think it says, yeah, it's pretty cool. So
I grapple Vicryl.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I believe that's an
contest
attack
it.
roll.
It's your athletics contested against my athletics or acrobatics.
Deal.
Huh. Piece of cake, right?
It's a cake, right?
Fucking hell, dude.
Would I be able to like, since he's gonna be doing that at this time, like can I like try to like intervene?
Not until your turn. This is
Not
just the
until my
question
turn?
of who reacts faster, and Brachus just gets to Vicryl before you can
Okay.
step in.
Gotcha.
which is the whole
I'm a
initiative
speedy
thing.
fella.
Yeah, so he just like darts
He's like
forward.
sidesteps.
Okay.
I grapple Vicryl and I scream. What do you hide from us?
To the Marquis or to Vicryl?
my friend
Oh,
Victor.
this is fucking great! Oh,
Yeah.
right. Laura, your turn.
So I'm. I kind of want to know. I'm
Why I
going
said it.
to obviously. I'm gonna take my mask off first. I'm gonna like dive tackle Brackus, grapple him off of Vickrel. Nobody's getting on my boy.
Oh man.
So like I'm gonna like as he's doing that, I'm gonna like run and like try and like grapple him off and like roll off of Vickrel.
Okay,
Like
so
spear
then you can grapple, let's say, against Brackus. And
Yeah.
so it would be like the reverse of the turn we just had. So Brackus
Wait,
would
you're
now be
grappling
doing the same.
brackets?
Well,
He's
he's
tr-
trying to release Vickrel from
Yeah.
Brackus' grapple.
Oh,
so if he's
fuck that.
stronger.
Nobody gets on my boy. And then I grab
Just like a cartoon, like cats and dogs. Like,
This is great.
So, do I need to do an acrobatics check against this grapple?
I think athletics or acrobatics.
Do I
Right,
get to
Brutus?
pick?
So whoever is the one being attacked gets athletics or acrobatic. Whoever is the one doing the attacking is athletics only.
Yeah. So constant athletics, GB. You can either, and the thing behind that is you can either like
Wiggle out
know,
or
counter
brute
strengthen.
force. Yeah.
exactly, or like. I got him sweating.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's not really good, but
You guys,
know what
what's it like?
no, I was holding on
Just-
to 20 so long.
What's it like to get twos on the front of your rolls and shit?
Holding on 20 so long. God damn these dice.
Right, Brackus is just minded and focused on Vickrel of like just say what needs to be said, and Lorath, you're not able to get in, so you're still just
I would be like
standing
verbally
there.
yelling at them to like separate, get off.
Stop it! Stop!
You guys stop that! So stupid!
I'm gonna go to the zookeeper.
All right, King.
Like very intrigued about like how these humans react to each other's whatever. I don't know who the fuck.
Social experiment.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of like fuck. I'm like, damn, I gotta do this. And I'll be honest, I'm gonna walk straight toward the marquee, point my spear right at his face,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell him. That's the marquee, right?
Yeah,
Make
this
them
Barrow fellow.
Make them stop.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, and I say, we're not your fucking pets. Ooh,
All right.
Come from
Says,
the big cat
says
boy.
the kitty cat.
Yeah.
we're not your, we're not your.
Well, one of us
your
can purr,
pets.
so kind of.
Yeah. Oh, intimidation. I can just do it on here.
Sir. Can I do a wisdom saving throw?
Was it intimidation?
You sound pretty intimidating.
Oh.
You can a spear.
You point a spear and you're like, tell him
Hey,
to
you!
fucking stop.
You want to go dancing?
Did it roll? I didn't see if it rolled. I don't think.
It didn't.
I don't think so.
But
I
yeah.
don't know.
Damn!
Oh!
Oh my god. Man, he rolled really low too, and he still beat you.
Damn! Fucking forge, dude.
These dice are
It was
cursed.
literally like
That DM premium package.
Yeah.
Always roll above a 10. Kidding. No. I can't do that, King. Events are just unfolding as they were intended to now.
Mm. All right, I turn around and start. I keep pointing the spear.
Fair enough.
So you keep the spirit him. Alright. Everyone else is going to just sort of now you're gonna see pull out different types of blades. And just have it like at the ready, especially those in sort of proximity. And everyone else is just gonna sort of like close in around the situation here. Just sort of,
Oh, so this is like high school fight scene right now.
yeah,
Oh yeah, the circle.
kind of getting blockaded.
fight.
Oh, where does this poor fella go? Here you go.
I can't see, guys. Son of a bitch. Always the shortest one here.
Something like that. All right.
So, did me talking to the guy take up my whole action / bonus action /
Well, it took up your interaction, let's say. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I would like to daunting roar.
Okay. Sure.
Daunting roar, and I just basically go break it up, but like in lion roar, I'm not gonna do it because I'm a little raspy throat. Break it up
To all these guys?
to everybody. To
Everybody.
Lorath, to Brackus, to Vikral, to Montgomery, to
Vickrell and Montgomery.
yeah,
He's a tween.
Bayro. Everybody gets it. It's a
Okay.
10-foot radius. Levels.
Okay, so what's the save?
13 DC Wisdom. So I'm pretty
Wisdom.
sure.
I need to
Wisdom saving
roll a wisdom.
throw.
Yeah, so all you guys gotta make them too.
We know how good I am at rolling.
I swear, if you guys roll 20s, just
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck? Wait,
Oh my
wait,
God.
which one's mine?
oh
No!
Lord, this-
Yours is the 1, mine's the 20.
No, it's not. No, reroll. You guys knocked into me. That's not
me
fair.
and Brackus ain't gonna stop for nothing.
What the crap is this? You guys rolled.
I mean, it makes a
20s
lot of
and I
sense that
rolled
you guys
one?
wouldn't stop them.
How is that possible?
The Marquis rolled an 11.
He fails.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So
And if
now
not,
we
I'm
skip.
rolling like all the peeps around you, but so far, everybody succeeds.
Lorath is the one that gets he responds to the roar. The other two are still going at it.
Brackets.
How many rolls do you have, Snooze? Because I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
You have time. I have 3 left. Dude. Okay. 22, 18, 19, 19, 17.
What? Can we get
Damn.
those rolls on this side of the table? Jeez.
Dumb. Oh, this guy got an 8. What is he? Feared? What is?
Yeah, he's frightened until the end of my next turn.
So, frightened. And then our, Bayro buddy over here is also frightened. And then who else?
CD.
Lorath.
Lorath is, yeah.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Little frightened scream dude. His purple hue is
I was
beautiful.
gonna say, yeah, that little ghost face.
Okay. Hey Vikral, it's your turn.
Sure is.
Do I? Does that affect me anyway? Because it was a
Is.
fail.
So you're frightened, which means you can't move closer to the source of your fear, which is currently the lion.
Gotcha. But it doesn't matter that if it's failed, it just fails. Like I didn't. There's nothing added on since I got a 1.
Yeah, I don't think you take any damage.
Okay.
I believe you do have disadvantage on like attack rolls or something like that.
Oh, against you, I think, or something.
Mm-mm.
Wait,
I
I'll
guess
look it up.
all attack rolls, as long as I'm within their sight, I think.
Oh, yes, it is. Okay, let me pull it up real quick.
Lorath's like just terrified of King. Quiet King all of a sudden is just like rumbling
Frightened,
the room.
you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within sight, and you can't willingly move closer to him.
Hey,
Good call.
Interesting. So he can't even move towards me or Vickrol because that's close.
Well, I can. He's on the other side of you, right? So I can move towards. Oh yeah, I can't move towards him. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, Vikral, what do you want to do?
I'm like, we're locked in, grappled together. I just kind of kick my neck out and say, well, if we're going to do this, I'm going to be needing some entertainment, chance or something. And start like stomping my foot to try to get people like chanting and making noise. Does that work? Do people start chanting and making noise?
Roll a quick performance check.
Okay.
At disadvantage because you're high and you're,
You're
I
gonna
already
dungeon?
roll like a 3 average, bro.
that's fine. Okay, straight roll.
No,
straight
it
roll.
already happened. Oh shit, let's
There
go.
you go.
Disadvantage 19.
Oh, okay. So some of the people, yeah. And you see the Marquis just sort of plays along, taps his foot.
So there's like there's a hum, there's like noise happening. Awesome. So bonus action. I'm gonna reach in and grab Brachus's neck and pull him in and whisper, "Heal, friend." And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him.
Okay.
Whisper underneath the chance.
Gotcha. Okay.
There was a reason for that.
I get that. I was wondering where you're going with that. I was like, I don't think that's a component for anything.
Nah.
Need crowd cheering.
Much do I love?
Healing Word. It's going to give you a D4 plus 3, so you heal 5.
Well, I will update that right now.
Give me a stealth check on that.
Damn it! I thought the performance would help.
Stealth, it will. It's a higher DC, a lower DC for me. I mean,
Yep.
wait for you. Either stealth or sleight of hand.
Yeah, they're the same. So huge big money, no whammies. Okay.
There you go. Over the hump.
Not bad.
And my action then, I'm gonna now just attempt to break our grapple.
Okay.
So, bum. And so I
again.
roll my acrobatics against his athletics.
So you gotta roll again.
Yep.
Brachus.
Okay. Shit.
Still there. Unless Brachus is letting you go. In which case, I'd say, Brachus, you could use your reaction to just release the grapple, if you want to.
I take the heel, and I let him go, and I just kind of stay right next to him.
But do you clearly let me go, or does it look like I broke out?
I'm gonna just pull my hands off of you, but I'm gonna keep them.
He's gonna keep very quiet.
Yeah. I'm gonna block my microphone so you can't see my
that
lips, hear my noise.
RP is strong with this one.
And I'll still pretend I'm in it when we break. I have the dagger I was given, and I'm right at him like this right now.
Okay. Right. And that's your turn, Vickrell?
That's it. I did a lot.
Okay. The Marquis.
Arrow.
Barrow.
If he cast Fireball right there, he can kill all of us. All of us, dude. He can kill
Cone of cold.
Yeah. If he hits us with a wiffle bat, he can kill all of us.
The Marquis is gonna go. Let's make this a bit more interesting. And he's gonna begin casting using both his hands. He's gonna pull out just a small crystal from the inside of his cloak. And he's just gonna sort of squish it, then it's gonna clatter into dust, and the dust is just gonna hold. And then he's gonna do this motion, the dust is gonna begin swirling. And he's gonna send it out in your direction. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Dude, we've done a lot of these tonight.
There's a lot of mind games. There's a lot of saving throws tonight.
Saving throw?
God damn it!
This is impossible.
These dice are ridiculous.
It's impossible. You cannot have those rolls. You can't. Bro, you have got to sacrifice a goat or something IRL.
I don't know.
Look at Jason. Look at Jason.
Jason's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
Look at Jason.
Mom!
He's praying
That's
for
a
better
natural
rolls.
20! That was a cock natural 20! What the fuck?
Do I have to?
30.
That was adorable. I can't get over how adorable that was. He's like, hey. Do I have to?
Comida, por favor.
Do I have to roll a disadvantage because of the roar? Or is it only for
Yes.
when?
No, it's a saving throw, so you're fine. It's different
Okay.
than a ability check. So just a straight roll. Try and get above a 5 to beat your.
Oh my god,
Jeez.
DC of 6 and we all fail.
Oh my god, this is. We're all dead. She killed
Bam.
us again.
Fam.
Everyone falls asleep.
Fam, I'm about to kill you with hypnotic pattern. That's not a murder spell. Okay.
Wait a minute.
So
Can we rewind time or something?
Yeah, Keenan, where you at? We need you to
Yeah.
photo shift stat.
Yeah. He steps through realities. I'm here.
as he like sends this like pink crystal dust in your direction, you guys all sort of like just become entranced. And the Marquis is now everyone's best friend, and he just sort of like looks at each of you on his turn.
If that was
it's
a
a
charm,
charm.
I
It is
have
a charm.
advantage.
It is a charm. It is a charm.
Okay.
Good call.
I'll roll that again then. It's
gonna
not
be a-
gonna.
it's
It's not
gonna be
gonna
a 3.
matter.
It's gonna be a 3. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's impossible! It's impossible! This cannot keep happening! Troll is the most cursed fucking character ever. I don't even. This is my first time playing.
It's Brutus because Cal can't roll for shit either.
That's true. Oh my god, I cannot believe that at all.
You know what?
Fam, what do we do? Okay.
Let's kill us all. We'll start over next week.
Rocks fall, the Marquis dies.
Yeah.
So, what happens? Oh, the music ended. I love it. Is for the next minute, you are all charmed and staying still. And Vickrol, the Marquis is requesting that you kill Brachus.
Can I speak? Or am I stuck?
We're all just frozen?
On a failed save, you're charmed. While charmed, you are incapacitated and have a speed of 0. You are dumb, standing still
I
zombie.
might as well have been hit by a stick.
So you're all just sort of standing there, hearing the words, assimilating them, but can't do anything. Vickrol?
Yes.
If you would please put an end to Brachus.
Lovely.
As hard as you can.
Okay. I'm pretty much feeling like the Winter Soldier right now, so that's where I'm at with it. It's not my turn though.
You are correct. So he's going to say, attack Brachus, and he's going to say, King, attack Lorath.
Wait, what did you cut out? Would you say it first?
Vickrol attack Brachus, and
Can
Lorath
attack me? Or
attack Lorath, and the King attack Lorath, and put everything you can into the first swipe.
So, am I just charmed, or do I like straight up have to obey what's happening here?
So it's not a command. But he is asking as like a friend.
Right. But I
So
guess
you see him
if
as a
friend
friend.
A told me to cut friend B's throat, I
That's fair.
probably wouldn't do that either. So that's where I was like, how does that work here? Like, am I doing that, or?
So I'd say, like, if you feel that Vickrol, in the current state of things, would go through with this, as it were his only, resort of getting out of the situation, then I'd say go ahead and do it, but it's not like an actual command. I
Okay.
just look up charmed as well.
Gotcha.
You just can't attack the charmer, basically.
Okay. Got
So
it.
if you still don't want to, you can still just say no. I won't, unless you feel like Vickrol was potentially heading in that the direction,
Gotcha.
given how dire the situation looks.
Okay.
So you picking up the blade or not? Oh,
You
it's
turning
still
to
not
me?
your turn.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say,
you're right.
my turn like just happened. It's a long time before I gotta do anything.
So,
I'm reading the
Brachus-
room for the next like 10 minutes.
so Brachus and Lorath, nothing happens. King, you would be
Well,
first.
my best friend over here, Mark Beef, told me to kill What did he tell me to do?
So
Kill
same
Lorath.
thing as Vickrel. If you feel like, a friend was telling you to kill a friend, if a friend was telling you to kill someone, if King would listen to that friend,
No.
then you would go. If you wouldn't, then you would probably just stand there and
We shared
Like, take
chocolate strawberries together.
but you would not see the
Yeah.
Marquis is hostile.
Would I attack anybody else?
Well, if you would consider the cultists hostile, they are not the ones charming you.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe I read that wrong. Never mind.
What if
Never
I wanna-
mind. I messed up on this. My bad. It says you guys are considered incapacitated, so y'all can't
Oh.
do shit. My bad.
Oh.
I read that wrong. So yeah. So you guys are all just standing there.
Ah,
Instead, I'll back up a little, and I will say, for the next minute, the Marquis takes the time to explain to you all. Well, considering that you're all ears at this point in time, and that you're mine for the next minute, I think you've all made this overly complicated. And I think I'm pretty much done with you all. Lady Mizrim. And you see that one of the sort of cultists step forward and kind of pulls back a hood. And you see almost like a balded head, except for in the back, like one singular, like predominant, long white ponytail over a darkened skin. A tall, thin but muscular woman. And you see these bright red eyes behind the mask. That was an interesting display for sure. Are you certain these are the ones that you'll be sending to me this evening? He kind of looks all over the rest of you just one last time. I think so. I owe you 4 people, and at least I was able to make some use of them before I handed them over, but consider my payment due with these 4. And the woman looks back in your direction. They do seem quite feisty. The Dark Mother will be pleased. And you see the Marquis move over and sort of like touch behind the statue. And the statue rolls forward. Sorry, it doesn't roll forward. She just touches a slight button and you hear what sounds like a trap door opening. And this carpet here is pulled back.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
there's a trap door.
And you see a trap door that goes straight down into the ground.
Have any
Oh,
of us
really?
heard the
This
name
goes under
Dark
it now.
Mother?
What?
Have any of us heard the name Dark Mother?
Make a history check.
You
Guys,
definitely
we
have
got-
not.
We have got.
Is
to
this
stop
my
people.
new mom?
And you see suddenly as all the cultists just sort of move around you guys. And in the interest of you guys having no fucking chance in this situation, you're all suddenly gonna hear like a prick in your back. And your visions are all gonna start to fade. And
Well,
one
is
by
this-
one.
Because this is the green one.
And one by one you fall to the floor. And last thing you see is the Marquis just sort of like leaning over. And you see the mask. Pity. Could have done such great things if only you were honest and cooperative. And then you see also coming into your vision as you guys are all just sort of like standing there paralyzed and incapacitated. You see the woman unmasked, put her hood back, this dark skin, a drow.
They're always drown. Always. Don't trust those fucking drow.
She
Hey,
leans
bro.
in and begins shackling you. And you guys are dragged down.
Does this take longer than a minute? By any chance?
This takes 58 seconds.
Within a minute, the carpet was pulled back by the other cultists also helping, and then a poison just begins running through all your veins. You guys could make a Constitution saving throw.
I would just want to say something if I am able after 1 minute.
You can.
The
You can't take actions or reactions.
That's
you can
fine.
Speak back.
Well, I would only speak back if the minute was up and I'm no longer charmed.
charm lasts for like an hour, doesn't it?
It's 1
Not
minute.
this one.
Oh.
This is a minute. So Brachus, Lorath, that's a fail. King, that's a fail.
Oh.
Wait, it's plus
Wait,
something.
Wait,
What am I
I'm
doing?
supposed to be at disadvantage.
Oh, is that plus
Constitution?
something?
Yeah, it's like 15 for me.
Oh, now I roll great. Piss off.
Okay.
You
14.
rolled good enough to say a
You're gonna
witty
be able to-
one-liner, you shit.
You're going like, fuck you, and then die.
So
Oh, my bad.
even at a 15, so Brachus, Lorath, and King, you guys would see, I can show you a picture. You would see this woman sort of come into view. Just in time as like your vision begins to fade. Consciousness fades away as well. I'm trying to find a picture, y'all.
Is she purdy?
We're gonna be so far underground because we're already underground.
Yeah.
You're going to be the furthest
Oh!
underground.
Oh!
You're going to be
Whoa.
the furthest underground.
Wow!
Does she have a tentacle whip? I'm a little.
Yes!
So your vision fades, and Vickrel,
Oh my god.
the poison does not go strong enough through your veins, and the charm fails, and you're able to stand up as you see your comrades have lost consciousness, and you're just completely surrounded by all these individuals.
Brexley.
Montgomery.
All my friends are passed out.
At this point, the poison has coursed through their veins. Yeah.
My name is Davith, and I will put a dagger through your heart. One day.
I look forward
Whoa.
to meeting again, but I think that chance is unlikely where you're going. Enjoy not seeing the sun ever again.
Oh, man.
And then
Uh-oh!
you hear like a clunk, as with the little HP you had, you're just smacked on the back of the head and knocked out as well. As we have now become prisoners,
Yes!
and we shall begin a campaign that I have been looking forward to for quite some time. So we're going to the Underdark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh!
Yo,
Shit.
I want to play like 4 more hours right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. Let's go.
We're going to dawn.
Oh my god.
Dude, I seriously thought the last thing you were going to say was like, in the end, you really did fuck us.
Yeah, I was gonna- we were unsure, but now we're definitely fucked.
He for sure fucked
No.
us.
I had to hit him with the two
Yeah.
truths. The two truths had to come out there because I'm gonna stab that fucker right in the heart when I get the chance.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
All right, guys. So tutorial has ended. Shit gets real now.
We failed.
So-
We failed the tutorial.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start over. I think. Let's do
Yes.
like a new save. Can we do a new save?
Distance says good luck with your new characters.
New dialogue option.
So,
That's funny.
CD, we're gonna need that other kidney because we need new character art.
Guys, I'm running out of organs here, so stop dying. You know better.
Does he take payments in nipples? I've got a couple extra.
So I'm very excited to finally get in. So the snooze created, sort of
I was
tutorial.
gonna say, you homebrewed like almost all of this. This was so sick.
Well, everything but the Mazfroth book part.
Right. Other than
But
like
the rest, yeah.
the go get a book part, but you just flavored the shit out of everything. That was so good.
Practically near and dear to my heart
Oh,
as
man.
my latest creation and the Castle of Pleasures.
We'll come
This
back
was
up
very
eventually and fuck shit up.
I can't
Sorry.
wait.
Sorry
gonna
for
come
bringing
back
you into
and,
my super dark psyche there.
Yeah.
I can't wait for level 12 Brackus to see your super dark psyche again.
Yeah. Vikril, if he doesn't die, is looking forward to coming back to the castle a third time.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
bro, we almost had to I thought, are we gonna do this?
I was
I was like, is
in,
this what happened right now, dude? Like,
there was absolutely zero chance that I was fighting Brackus. It was a heal, it was a break, and the next move was gonna be a fairy fire and hope for the best. That
no,
was,
I was talking more about him telling you to tell me the truth.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna push that shit off as long as I can, because that's gonna be a bad day for Vikril.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a bad day.
Isn't it the whole metagame concept though? Like, why is he hiding it? Like, what could possibly be so bad? And it's
Oh,
like,
what could possibly be so bad?
Yeah.
Right?
This dude has a trapdoor under a gargoyle statue. What?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
And just 24 people just waiting underground at all times, just sitting there.
Yeah.
They're like, party upstairs
Chilling.
again. Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Saturday. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
come down.
Same
He's
two
gonna
in
be
the
down
corner
here
above. I
like,
hear him over there. Okay, I'm just sitting here.
Oh, wait, here they come, here they come. Look menacing, look
Stand on
menacing.
that tile.
Look menacing.
They're coming, look menacing.
What's up? It's like a birthday surprise party.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Surprise! Oh, wrong dungeon, sorry.
Ah, shit. All right, so welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where we can actually die now, GB.
I kind of thought we
We're
might
pretty
die
damn
now.
close.
So
They're all
I've
like-
pretty much found in playing D&D so far, the most dangerous time of character is like level 1 to 4.
Yeah.
You get past level 4, you're probably gonna find some ways to not die forever if you really don't wanna. But right now, you die, you're dead. That's just it.
When was our first resurrection level at?
I think we were level 5 overall because someone had access to level 3 revivify. Maybe it was level. No, your first resurrection was when we were level 3 in Greenest, and I died.
Yeah, you used
I've
a
died a
scroll.
lot.
You
That
have.
was a scroll though. Like it was.
That was a
lucky
scroll. Yeah, you had to roll to save my life.
Mm-hmm. It was exciting, guys.
Oh,
That was
no.
That was
Awesome.
good. That was good. I'm
Dude.
legit like amped. I want to play 4 more hours.
No,
Like,
I'm so stoked. You
Just
got
wait
it.
until you get to the.
Fucking got us.
Wait until you
Um,
get to the Underdark, dude. It's gonna be bad, man. Everything down there sucks.
Yep.
Well,
doesn't
last
sound like a
time we
pleasant
played, you guys went to Snooze's Underdark.
Yep.
This is the Underdark now.
Oh, is this
different.
Is this
Different.
Adventures in the Underdark?
What?
Adventures in the Underdark?
What do you mean adventures in the Underdark?
Oh no.
I think he wants to know what campaign we're running.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. No.
All I want to know is, will a certain succubus and incubus be making an appearance?
No, fuck those guys. Fuck those guys.
Oh, so good.
I hate those guys. If there's any succubi and incubi in this campaign, I'm cutting them out because they're lame. And there's the monk in our party too, so forget it.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
Good shit, guys. That was
Chad, I
fun.
hope you guys enjoyed what we've been doing here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are like that with the tutorial over and like the overlay, we're setting up for the long haul, you know?
For sure. Dude, this
it's gonna
overlay
be
is so
good.
sick. CD, honestly, thank you. This is amazing.
I know every
Oh,
time
yeah.
I look at it, I'm like, shit, this is a legit looking.
These guys are
Right.
exactly legit.
So for sure, for everyone here, next Wednesday night, we won't be playing. We may play a different night next week. We got to figure that out, or there may just not be D&D next week.
At the very least, we'll play some video games.
Yeah, so we can definitely do something else. In the meantime, I know I am 17 years behind in YouTube. I'm sorry. I love you all. We're working on some intro recordings and some fun stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming that I'm excited about. That YouTube is coming. I just literally need someone to handcuff me to this chair. So yeah.
You want to be leather strapped to a wheel? Does that help?
Yeah.
I mean, right?
I'm gonna
Crafts,
need
whips,
Ben's
knives. Ooh.
contact info. The nice thing is, I saw Summer in chat for a second, so she
I
saw
did
that I
too.
might die. She saw the constant damage.
There you go.
Let's be honest. If we get into a fight, even if I was at full HP, I'm dead. But I was at 1 HP going into that. My only hope was to heal you enough, cast Fairy Fire, and maybe stab one person before dying. That was in my plans.
When you were the only one that made the poison con save and you had 1 HP, I was like, well, this is a narrative end.
Yep, exactly.
This is over.
Yeah.
Just gonna bonk you on the back of the head real quick.
Yep.
Fucking rolls in Foundry are just so shitty, dude.
It does. It's not. It's Foundry physical roll. Like I've literally used 20 different die.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I got nothing.
Oh,
The
man.
algorithm's messed up.
All right. Good stuff,
Awesome.
guys. This is super fun. I had a
Yeah.
blast.
For
So,
sure.
Such a good game.
Next time we play will also be super dope. We're gonna get into a whole other reality than what you guys have experienced so far.
King, how do you feel about burning both of your crits just now? That was it.
Love it.
All right, take
Awesome.
it home.
Thanks so much, guys. We're gonna head out. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Bye, guys.